welcome to episode motherfucking 40 of Beyond the Realms. What a glorious even number that is. 40 episodes we have done, everyone. That's
I'm a teacher.
insane. I'm excited. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream once again. Glad to have you here with us. Nothing too crazy off the top, except that we're going to Gen Con this September 16th, mother truckers. You're going to be watching a live session in front of an effing audience of Beyond the Realms. It's going to be Thursday, September 16th at noon on the main stage at Gen Con. Hopefully everyone here will be there. We will see, the travel stuff permitting.
I'm trying my best. Your borders, damn it.
Fine. We'll find Jason Statham. We'll put you in his duffel bag, and we'll just hire him to take you across all the borders. It'll be fine.
I thought we were just going to hire Jason Statham to be Tarek.
My name's Tarek.
Oh my God. Who does a good? Does anyone here do a good Jason Statham?
My name's Jason Statham. Farrell, it's me. Have you seen Anthony Dom Toretto? Fuck, I can't work.
You're doing so well.
Anthony Dom Toretto.
So well. You're like this. You're this close. You were like almost there.
I named my car Odin.
I can't with you. Stop.
I think I'm just gonna keep playing Derek. I think that's just how it's going. I'm afraid.
Good
I
enough.
don't think it's quite in the budget either.
And Rhaenyra, played by Martin Lawrence.
I now want to see a fantasy celebrity casting of everyone.
A celebrity cast play as our characters and see how that.
Chat, if you're lively in there, I want you to put in the chat. Put a celebrity to each player of Beyond the Realms.
Oh
like, Ark, we played by a celebrity. Who would it be? Rhaenyra, Sir Strange, everyone. Put it down in there. Let's have some fun. We're all in a very Feywildish mood tonight, as you can tell. But, once again, with all that out of the way, let's crack the knuckles, stretch the legs, take your glasses of whatever you're drinking. Cheers! And let's dive into tonight's episode of Beyond the Realms. Okay. So, last we left off, the party known as the Frostbreakers have entered the Feywild, courtesy of a longtime rival formerly known as Zafe, leader of the Ruined Saints crime syndicate, now revealed to have been an ancient battle mage Aarakocra known as Gloomwing. Traversing through the Academy of Arcana in Asgard, you're able to ascertain a few key pieces of information to this new reveal. One of them being that Gloomwing is seemingly trying to find a way into the Feywild and trying to reach the city, this location in the Autumn City of the Feywild, looking for a specific item of some sort. That investigation led you to the main tower of the Academy, where this ritual, this binding spell was going on, trying to keep him to this plane. Unfortunately, that did not work out, as Glooming was successful in transporting the entire Academy of Arcana into the Feywild, along with all of you. Waking up, you realize you are not where you were once before as you peered outside the main tower. Purple lights, blue lights, all manners of rainforest, pinewood trees, vibrant neon lit up flowers all around you, signifying that you were indeed inside the Feywild. With Rhaenyra having fallen during the battle with Gloomwing, Sir Strange offered to accept a very interesting dark gift from Gloomwing, giving him the ability to bring Rhaenyra back. That of let's call it a strange visitor living now inside Sir Strange that has been affectionately called Oswick. After spending some time kind of getting to know your surroundings, Rhaenyra, looking outside of the window of the tower after you all took a long rest, saw a familiar entity from her younger life, the form of a radiant rabbit sort of peering out from the woods of the Feywild. Having not seen this creature in quite some time, Ramira rushed out to the tree line where the Academy met the wilds of the Feywild. And right when you did, a little tiny satyr running out into the clearing with a decapitated head, followed by a hulking, scary as fuck, flamed on Doulahan, basically a headless horseman riding atop of a nightmare, ran out and a battle ensued, nearly ending a couple of you as I think the most crucial hit was a crit onto Tarek, which gave him 66 points of necrotic damage. It was pretty insane.
It was a total of over 100, I think.
There you go. But with that, you were able to eventually successfully subdue the Doulahan and just try to take some time to figure out what the F is going on here. You then chose to go back inside to the main tower of the Academy to kind of ransack the place, try to get some items, that whatever was left salvageable after the crash. Found some interesting key points of information from Salvia's diary, the appointed leader of the Academy, revealing some dark dealings between Asgard and the Fae, finally revealing to you why Asgard was banished from the Feywild all those years ago. There was a tale of Odin during his conquering phase wanting to take over the Feywild. There was information about an old leader of the Feywild called the Monarch. A fight ensued that was including Loki, Titans, all kinds of crazy shit. But what you found out at the end of all this is that Odin and his kingdom of Asgard is not as righteous as you once had thought. Going inside the tower some more, you procured a couple of very tasty magical items, weapons and all sorts. Some you were able to kind of find out what they did, and others still leaving up to ascertain what it is they truly do. After doing that initial scavenge, talking to this new satyr known as Venric, you buttered a bit of a deal with the satyr, with your party desperately in need of diamonds to ensure that none of your party falls fate to battle once again. The satyr offered a trade. He was currently on the lookout for his family, brothers and sisters that had been transformed into ravens by some mysterious entity. It was on his way to try to solve this issue. One of them being, if you would accompany him, he would ask the sun, the stars, and the earth itself for help in his quest. Some hands were shaken, and you agreed to help the satyr as long as he held up his end of the bargain and led you to a nearby diamond cave that he knew of the location of. After all this wrapped up, suddenly your feet began to float as the satyr started to explain to you how travel works here in the Feywild, that you can't simply just walk from one end to the other. There is an emotional price, an emotional tether that you must pay in order to get to wherever you need to go here in the realm of the Feywild. Knowing that, all clasping hands together, looking up at the sky, and gifting the Feywild your warmest, fondest memories, you began to float upward. Higher and higher you rose until you were practically above the entire realm of the Feywild, where the sky was above your heads and the realm below. Your feet gently landing on a crystal lattice. In front of you, this glowing, radiant being started to descend. As the satyr pointed out, this is in fact the sun of the Feywild, and that it would shine a light, it would give you all the path that you would need to get onto your next journey. For the satyr leading him to the next part to save his family. You all lashed hands together once more, and the satyr had asked for you all to give another tribute, an emotional tribute, to let this ritual happen. And he needed you all to imagine in your heads your preferred futures, a future that you see yourself being at the end of all this, or at least the future, the most ideal future you hope to see yourselves at the end of your journey. In doing this, the satyr put forth his thoughts first, and you saw the crystalline lattice underneath your feet start to crack and form shards underneath your feet, giving sort of visual windows into what the future holds for this person. And in that crack, you saw a mountaintop. You saw clouds, a huge, enormous raven flapping on by nearby to a nest, giving some sort of semblance as to where his family may be located. But this, of course, is not the end of this ritual. For now, we arrive where we left off last session. With all of you standing on this crystalline lattice, holding hands, this radiant Feywild figure in front of you. I'm going to have you all roll initiative, and this is the order in which we'll go through which memories you choose to give to this creature.
I was like, I don't remember there being sort of a fight at the end of last session.
I was stressed for a second. I was like, what should the first attack?
Oh god.
We'll start with Fiend.
4.
Nice. Ramira.
I got 3.
You guys.
3.
Oh no.
Tarek.
11.
Nice. Sir Strange.
5.
Oh
Yo.
boy, this is
3, 4, 5.
I was gonna say, like, Fiend and Ramira are best friends. They gotta go side by side. That's how best friends do.
and Farrell.
12.
12. And we can't forget about our dear old friend, Mullet, who is still accompanying you.
Oh, I thought we were talking about the fawn.
I was supposed to say, oh.
I thought for a second he was going to say Sugar Bear. I was going to drop off.
Oh my god.
Right.
Guys, Sugar Bear is the final BBEG. We have not
You're
seen
right.
this. Listen, guys, this is once for chat as well. Have we seen Gloomwing and Sugar Bear in the same room? Just saying.
Don't
Just
give Kevin any idea.
Actually, I think we have.
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
No,
Oh,
we
Let me have my
did. We
head
had
cannon.
Sugar Bear with us when we went and saw Zane.
Oh, Sugar Bear was upstairs, though.
No,
No.
Sugar Bear
They
was
were
not
in the same room.
Never know. You never know.
This is the chat said that's too obvious, bet.
Kevin
It's
would
so
never.
crazy. It's so crazy. It just
Kevin
might
Kevin
work.
would never. Right, Kevin? Kevin?
So at the start of initiative is actually Mullet. Rolled a 16. That of the gunslinger pallid elf whose person you've known for quite some time, since the beginning of the campaign, in fact, in our Wagons community art. That of somebody who tried their best to put their best intentions forward and let you all know about the real dealings that was going on in Wagons community. Their lover, Galen, of course, having fallen victim to some of your adventures in the past. Recently, having seen Mullet once more, this time redressed as an assassin for an unknown entity or a known entity, that's still to be determined. But you're able to save the life of Mullet and purify her soul, as her soul had been taken from a demonic entity that you know very well. Now they've become a bodyguard of sorts, somebody who's pledged themselves to your plight, to your journey, and to earn your respect and love once more. As they are accompanying you in the Feywild, all of you closing your eyes, clasping your hands. This crack starts to happen once more on the ground, right in front of where Mullet's feet are standing. And as that window cracks open, you see a house by a beach near an ocean. Seagulls, birds flapping by as the camera pans in over the hills and over the wind. High grass swaying back and forth. Wood picket fence around like a 2-story cottage with white walls and a tanned brown roof. A couple windows on the sides. As we sort of go past that house down to the ocean-viewed property and the beach, you see Mullet holding hands with her lover Galen. as they walk down the beach, and a few kids not too far behind, running around, playing with each other through the sand, all bare feet. And you just see the sun just setting lower and lower as the sky has pinks and bright blues and oranges fluttered all about. And as that camera kind of cinches in closer, two of them just looking at each other. Mullet just saying, "I'm so glad I have you back. I'll never lose you again." And then just tap their foreheads together. But that's her future. As we move on to the next person, just Farrell.
So, are you wanting, just to clarify exactly what you're wanting, or what the Feywild is wanting, is essentially wanting what we wish is our happiest future, correct?
What is your preferred future?
Okay.
Not necessarily what is realistic, what is reasonable, but if you had your choice, what would you want your future to be at the end of all this? Signifying, giving this emotional truth, this guidance will help shine a light for the son of the Feywild to show the satyr where they are supposed to go next.
Okay. So the first thing that Beryl thinks of, she's standing in a room, adjusting her swords. The room is very similar to that of Zave's, but it's different of when we first had our first mission. That large room with bookshelves and paperwork. And this time she's the one that's sitting behind the desk. But that kind of shifts and cracks almost as she pictures herself in a place that is safe and warm as she looks out from what seems to be a home, enjoying a night sky laid out before her, where two arms come around her waist and embrace her. But it doesn't show whose arms. And then it ends.
Okay. As that vision kind of encompasses your mind, if you were to look down, you'd see that crystalline lattice sort of cracking and sharding into a brief window into what you're perceiving. But as you're going through those motions, we move on to the next memory of Tark.
Bad timing.
I know. You're just thinking real hard.
Yeah. So for Tarek, thinks about it for a moment, and for him, his ideal future is being home, getting to see his family, rebuilding his friendship and relationship with his sibling Nakari, but also, as well as that, keeping in contact with all of his friends, and specifically the friends he's made more recently with the Frostbreakers. But then there are also a few others, people that no one else would recognize, but to him, some of the members of his old party that he hopes that one day he can make things right with and be friends with. Particularly one that he knows currently is deceased, but he hopes to find a way to bring back. So there's a good selection of people around him, and he just seems happy. but there is no patron, no attachment to that sort of thing anymore. He wants to be free of that and just not have that commitment anymore and just be able to just live his life with the people he cares about most.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
You concentrate hard, sort of clenching the hands around you as that cracked in the crystalline lattice shards and forms that future for yourself. None of you can see each other's futures if you were to open your eyes. But those of you who are thinking hard enough, concentrating hard enough, this visage comes before you. As that happens, we move from Tarek to Sir Strange.
Strange has a bit more of a creative imagination, given the current circumstances of their time. But when they close their eyes, they envision a much older Strange, wrinkled, their black hair now a faded gray, sitting quietly by a rosewood tree. The much older Strange is looking at a farm in the distance, staring at a figure with property similar to Strange, donning the same armor they wore when they were much younger. The Strange that sits by the tree smiles, their breathing haggard, closing their eyes with a final smile on their face, and passing on.
Okay. And as you hold on to that image, that vision, you can almost feel like the wind and the petals from the flowers around you almost grazing your face as you stand there on this crystalline lattice amongst clouds and sky and this bright, radiant figure around you, just like brushing against your skin. Sweet scents of the environmental around you fill up your nose, and it's like you're there instantly. And from that, we'll go over to Mr. Fiend.
Hello, Puppet. So, in Mr. Fiend's mind, as he's envisioning his ideal future, it's kind of a walkthrough. You see Mr. Fiend from the back walking through fire and destruction, and on his left near his feet is Reynard, dead. On his right near his feet as he continues to walk is Loki, dead. He continues to walk as Mammon, dead. Fraz or Lube, dead. Like, as he's just walking through all this fire and brimstone, what he's using is this godly weapon that he is on this quest to forge. And as he walks through the last bit of smoke, it clears, and he's no longer there. But it dawns on a city where kids are running through the streets. His father, Vaxa Minor, who's in prison right now, is the mayor of this city, and he's greeting everybody in the streets as Ramir and Strange walk by together, and Tarek and Farrell seem to be in an argument in the middle of the road, and the camera pans upwards and starts going through the clouds as it comes to just 2 feet dangling, kicking, and a tail wagging, as Mr. Fiend is looking down on everybody with a halo above his head.
And that same visage comes to you now as you are holding hands with your friends, concentrating on this image. The lattice cracks once more and forms that in front of you. And it's funny because at the end of that vision, when that camera rises up and when that viewpoint lifts, you almost feel your own feet start to lift as well. Almost like the clouds that are being pulled up towards you are the very same clouds that you're at currently. And as we go from that weightless feeling underneath your feet, we go finally to Ramira.
Ramira is closing her eyes as hard as she can and thinking and thinking and thinking. And you see a quaint little farm just full of life and plants and warmth, and you see Ramira working tirelessly with her family, and they're much older now, and her dad and her mom can't work as well, but her and her siblings do. And then it fast forward a little bit, and it's the holidays, and the Frostbreakers are around a huge farm table, and Ramira's got huge pots of things that she's balancing and pouring out for everybody. And then it fast forwards again, and there's a gravestone. And there's lots of flowers and bears and marshmallows and lots of people saying, "Oh, wow. Oh, man, I loved her so much. She was wonderful." And then it cuts to her hand over hand welcoming the Frostbreakers into whatever was next after that. And then it cuts.
And as you sort of sit there, standing there, with that feeling, it's hard to tell when that feeling of one thing ending and another beginning, it kind of gives you a bit of a queasy feeling inside. But you stand firm with the hands on either side, and you're able to feel planted and secure. And all of you, all having these visions, you feel each other's hands kind of tightening and loosening depending on the emotional intensity of what you're going through. Some of you lost completely in this thought, not even clocking into the environment around you. Almost like a lucid, drug-like dream that you're just staying there for the show, wafting through you. But all of you, almost in a strange unison, your visions all start to come to an end as the light around you starts to dim and dim and dim and darken. All of your eyes start to open, one at a time. One after the other, your vision opens up to the sky around you, floating in ecstasy. The entire realm of the Feywild above your head. And then you all kind of look at each other and have this solidarity between you all, as you weren't able to peer into each other's futures, but signifying that you all just kind of went through a very emotional experience. But you were lucky that you got to have it all together instead of alone. And as you all kind of give yourselves that signified look of nodding and recognition, you start to look over to the satyr. And it takes you a moment to clock in what's happening as that ecstasy and that vibrantness waves off of you. You notice something. Satyr's legs up in the air, kicking and struggling, his hands over this radiant sphere. Almost like looking at a wall thinly, you kind of just turn your head as the orb starts to take an image, a vision of huge, sprawled out, fiery wings, a long, fiery beak with tails behind it, taking the form of an immense, furious, radiating phoenix as it's trying to swallow the satyr whole, and it's got its hands over the beak going, as you all just look over in astonishment and pure elation. You all start to draw your weapons, and the satyr goes, "Hold on, wait! No, just don't kill it! Don't kill it! If you kill it, the son of the Fae will die! Just knock it out! Just knock it out!" And he just screams that. As I need you all to not roll initiative.
Oh, never mind.
As we already did that. But I'm going to roll initiative for the son of the Feywild.
I hate it.
Natural 20.
Are you serious right now?
Well, that's how we're gonna start this thing, ain't we? Huh?
So that's
All
how
right.
we're gonna do it, huh? Okay.
As a
Alright.
reminder,
You know, we were wallowing.
We had
We
a
were
short rest, so
wallowing.
you all have 12 temporary HP. My abilities on both long and short rest will have 12 temporary HP.
Sap's out here trying to make us cry. And it's like, well, roll initiative.
And as you all look
I should've
over on your roll
known.
20 maps,
Should have known.
I didn't ask for this.
Yes, you did.
Alrighty then.
Alrighty then.
I hate it here.
Oh no, it's so strange.
Oh yeah, where's this strange?
oh no, so Strange is gone.
They ascended
strange.
without us.
So Strange realized what gravity was real quick. Went, ah, shit.
Just here.
Just
Hey,
Wilhelm scream.
It's me, Bernie Sanders, once again asking you for a long rest because I'm still at a -3.
It's
We
okay.
We
can
had a
get
nap
Sap,
like an hour ago. We literally woke up from our long rest like an hour ago.
Sap,
I know.
About 2 hours ago.
We just
I'm
have to knock it out.
Big
So,
tired. I'm about to knock out. Okay, you got me, fam?
we just have to knock it out. Zap, look, Ramira. We just have to knock it out. Look.
I'm concerned because Fiend doesn't really he doesn't really have like a middle ground ability. So it's
I
either
know.
not a whole lot of damage or way too much of it and bad side effects.
Just do non-lethal fireball damage, Fiend. Come on.
God.
yeah.
I've never seen this creature before. I've never
I
seen
was
this
thinking
creature before.
non-lethal
Something-
disintegrate, but
Something tells me that the fact that this bird is on fire doesn't seem to be an issue for it. Normally it would be.
Sorry, Strange, your token has just mysteriously disappeared, and I don't know why. We'll
he can be
figure
the
that out.
pooch.
Why won't you let me die?
Because I want to die.
I will give you Rihanna Keeves as
Oh my God.
Wow.
No.
Yes!
Rihanna Keeves.
from an earlier one shot that we did not that long ago. It's literally Keanu Reeves dressed as a rogue.
Who killed
Okay.
the dog?
So with that,
Where's my dog? Sir Mr. Bean has it. Did we lose Ben? We lost Ben.
You did for a second. I don't know what happened.
oh no, the cameras are probably all over the
No,
place.
They're actually in the right place. Weirdly enough, because of where I normally am, I am in the. Yeah, we're all in the right place still. Huh? Look at that. Wow.
All right. So for the Satyr's first attack, it is going to attack as it's trying to eat the satyr. As the satyr kind of kicks off from the beak and kind of lands on the crystalline lattice, the phoenix kind of turns over and just lifts up its massive wingspan with this orange, pink, purple sort of coloration, this ethereal firelight, and just whips its wings forward and is gonna use its Arclight Touch ability.
Oh.
As it flies over and is going to make an attack on you, Farrell.
Couldn't just eat the satyr.
Has it considered not? Why? Okay, you know what? That's fine. It's fine. Bitch.
That's a 26 to hit.
Excuse me?
This thing don't fuck around.
Well, that's great for it. I'm so glad.
Okay. You are going to take 6d8 lightning damage.
Oh. Well, Sandy. I wasn't expecting this tonight. This is interesting. Great. Cool.
How it's going down.
Thanks, Kevin. Cool.
So that's going to be 24 points of lightning damage. And as the red bolt of lightning crack near you explodes around. A second bolt springs from that impact point
Oh.
and is gonna go for Tarek. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Hearing you pronounce it Tarek was very strange. You normally say Tarek.
Tarek, I know.
I
was
got
like,
so confused. I was like, who? Who is this man? Who is this Tarek? You
Tarek!
Isn't that how you say his name though?
No,
yes,
it
Kevin
is.
always
but
says
Kevin
Tarek.
always says Tarek.
No, I know that. But I'm just clarifying.
Okay. I'm sorry. It threw me off. Okay.
Yeah, this really is the Feywild.
So you're trying to hit me. Oh wait, sorry, was that dex save you said?
Dex.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Okay.
Oh, wait. You guys get benefits from me because I'm there.
I might need it.
Okay, let's see. I forgot. Give me 1 second. Armor protection. You get a +4 to your saving throws.
Cool, that's a total of 10 then.
Your radius is 10 feet, correct?
My radius. Oh, yeah, 10 feet.
Just misses Tarek.
Oh,
Cool.
sorry, Tarek. Tried my best.
That's a total of 6 then.
6.
I rolled a 3 plus 3.
You are also gonna take 68 lightning damage.
Oh, good. Don't worry, guys. That's what I'm here for. I'm the tank. Oh, God.
Fair warning, that armor I gave you does resist damages. It's not lightning, and Kevin will never use the damage type that you resist.
Incorrect. I do have resistance to lightning now. From the hammer.
Fair enough.
Actually, I need to take note of what those were.
Well,
so
aren't
I-
you all-
that made the
And
info.
that's not true. I did necrotic damage to you 2 fights ago, you bastard! And you did all of
That
it.
is true. That was the first time in 6 months.
True.
Someone's gonna get it today.
Is it this bird? I'm pretty
You
sure it's
take
this bird.
23 points of lightning damage.
So that's halved because I have resistance, right?
Yeah.
23. So that's 11.
11.
Oh,
Yeah.
11. Maths is good. Cool. 11 damage. Nice.
Okay.
Thanks. I really needed that. Thank you very much, Kevin, for that damage. That was very nice.
That is gonna be its turn.
Okay.
Up next, we've got a Mullet, who sees all this going down, this red lightning bolt. You'll get knocked your ass on the crystalline lattice. Gets up, just goes to the gun. Wait, we're not killing this thing? Just looks over to all of you.
Not
No, knock it out.
lethal.
Non-lethal.
Wings then! And just starts firing with its guns. 3 attacks. And it's gonna burn some grit points to do some fun things. Well, actually, we'll role play this as Mullet shouting out to you, like, "What the fuck do I do? What do you want me to hit it?" I'm gonna let you guys pick what grit points it uses for hitting this entity.
Which
Uh,
ones do you have?
So it's got it's got 3 grit points it can use. 1, it makes a con save or suffer disadvantage until the end of its next turn. It could be knocked prone if it fails a strength save. 1 where it drops an object, but it's holding no object. So basically, try to see if it could suffer disadvantage on attacks till the next turn, or try to be knocked prone.
My vote's prone, but that's just
Yeah, no, knock prone is probably the best option.
Yeah, prone's good. It's flying, so prone would be like.
That's why I was like, I'm thinking of Fiend Ramira. We're trying to do
So,
Yeah.
so wait, non-lethal, right?
Non-lethal, correct.
Dang, I was hungry too.
I know, right?
All right, it's gonna make 3 attacks with the pistols. Here we go. That is a 23, 25 actually, and that is gonna be 20 on the second one. And yeah, all 3 of those are gonna hit. So I will roll damage. $13 damage on the first hit. 8 on the second. And 11 on the third, doing a total of 32 points of damage. And now it's going to make some strength saving throws. As all 3 hit, it's going to use 1 grit point for the first one to see if he can make it go prone. It's got to fail a DC 18 strength saving throw. Fails that first one, so use a grit point. Shooting it through their wings as the fiery essence just crashes down the crystalline lattice and smacks down its head onto the floor. It is indeed knocked prone. Okie dokie. We'll save its grit points for the other 2, not waste them, not needed. Okay, that'll be Mullet's turn. The Mullet's gonna start sprinting away from this thing, get a good vantage point for the range. All right, after that, we come to Feral.
Well, okay, great. Non-lethal. Okay. It is a firebird, so let's see here. Damn it. I think I'm gonna attempt a moonbeam. I don't know if it'll do much damage because it's
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I want to test it because I don't want to kill this thing. I just want to hurt it. So I'm only gonna do the 2nd level now.
Okay.
Just to see, because I don't know if it's immune or anything to moonbeam yet. So I'm gonna roll a hit. That is what's my moonbeam? I can druid. It's okay. Okay, so that's going to be a 16 to hit it, if it hits.
16 just hits.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, great. That's only going to be 2d10s. 8. That's 12 points of damage.
12 points of damage. All right, there's your moonbeam situated on top.
If it's resistant or what it looks like when it takes that damage.
So it's going to be 12 points of radiant damage?
Mm-hmm. It is.
All right, so just like short form before, as you kind of get up for being smacked down from that red lightning bolt, kind of careened like just a boxer just hitting you right in the ribs. Get back up. Let's go, motherfucker. Reach up in the air. But it's strange because usually you reach up to the sky, except when you reach up, it's towards the realm of the Feywild. So your usual stance and way of doing it, kind of reach up to the sky and like, oh fuck, the Feywild's there. Then you look down below you and see the clouds starting to form and rustle around as you pull down for the beam to go from the sky downward. It comes from up above it and just like a cylinder of energy, just careens it into the body, into the neck and the face, just spins it around for being on the floor and just bam, smacks itself right back down the crystalline lattice, taking all that damage, not resistant or anything.
Good to know.
So 12 points of radiant damage.
Yep.
Okay. After that, we come to Tarek.
Tarek.
Tarek! Tarek!
Tarek. Our boy.
Come on, Tarek.
Come on, Tarek. You
Whack it with your hammer.
Oh crap.
Tim? Why is Tim here? Thought I left him a long time ago.
The alter ego of Tim survives.
Okay. Yeah, I think, to be perfectly honest, that's what it's gotta be. I gotta give it a good old whacking with the hammer. That's how it's gotta be. So yeah, I'm gonna try and give this boy a whacking with Mjolnir. Ooh. Well, I hope that hit. Does a 17?
Just hits, roll damage.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank goodness. I was a little scared. 6 bludgeoning. 9 bludgeoning damage, and 5. Yeah, 5 lightning damage.
Okay. As you go to hit it with your hammer, as it's kind of falling onto the ground, you roll those at advantage because it is prone.
Oh.
But you did 17, but you might crit, so it's always a good idea to roll once more.
I was an 8, so.
Okay. So you go up and just hit it with your hammer onto its wings, try to just let it not fly away and get stuck down on the ground. Bam! You hit it smack dab with the hammer, cracking parts of the wingspan and sort of the bone, if this is even bone, skin-like fashion on top of the wing. Hit it, and usually sparks of lightning jettison out of your hammer, kind of scar and burn different parts of the body. But when you do that, you see the shards, the little tendrils, the veins of lightning scatter from the hammer hit and like travel along the body of the phoenix. Makes no marks, does not do any damage whatsoever. It is resistant to lightning. It is immune to lightning.
Okay, so it doesn't take that 5 damage then. Uh-oh. Oh no. It's immune to lightning damage. That's not very nice. That's not very nice, buddy. It can't be doing that. That's not allowed. Cool. Well, that's just great. Can I do anything as a bonus action? Let's see, shall we? Not really. I'm gonna, for now I'm gonna leave that. That's gonna be me. That's your boy. Looking a little confused. So this fireblood seems to not take damage from. It seems to be resisting some of the damage I'm letting out. Just so you all know.
Radiant is good.
Right. That works.
And as Tarek shouts that out to the party, we come over to Sir Strange.
Okay, Sir Strange is going to dash in the middle. Let me just go select move real quick. Not dash, but just make my way over here so I can catch everyone within my aura. I'm also going to use my first level Bless, which basically gives you can add a D4 to your attack rolls or your saving throws. And I'm going to go ahead and bless, who's the heavy hitters? Fiend, Tarek, and then Farrell.
There you go. I'll give you a little yellow dot to signify your bless.
And you can't use I can't use any other spells. You can only use one spell at a time. You can't use 2.
One leveled spell per turn, correct.
Cool, thank you. I just remembered that. Okay.
What do we get from Bless?
What happened?
What,
you get a D4 added to your attack or saving throw.
Yeah,
right.
and I'm behind you now, so you're all caught at my range of saving throws. And with that, yep, Strange is good to go. They're fine. They just did. That was my turn.
All right. After that, Sir Strange reaching back behind, blessing everybody. Your armor gleaming with radiant energy. We go over to the Dark Avenger, Mr. Fiend.
Alrighty. This thing is on the ground. It's looking fairly decent because it's only been hit a couple times, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, this thing could probably take a big hit and still walk away, right?
I mean,
Well, I always like to talk anyways. Mr. Fiend puts his claws together and begins charging. Go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw.
oh boy.
And he...
Sauron will do.
Wow, Kevin.
16.
Cat hair on that now.
that is a failure, my dear sir. And I'm going to empower this spell.
Oh shit. What spell is this?
This is Blight.
Ah, crap.
That is going to be 43 necrotic.
God. Woo! That was a fun Phoenix I had once. Yeah. 43, you said?
43.
Holy shit.
Thank God I didn't hit it with what I was going to hit it then.
Yeah, actually it's prone, so it probably wouldn't have saved as well as it did. But yeah, so you see everyone kind of getting in position, getting into that battle stance, ready. You being fairly close to this thing, you see it on the ground. Tark is like leaping over to it. Heavy hammer hit, clipping one of the wings. The holes in the wings left over from Mullet slowly started kind of forming and healing itself. You just reach over and that black orb starts to stretch around your hands. Put your hands out, fire it away, except this sort of tendril of veins and oak and wood and necrotic energy just leaps out and just separates it, stabs itself into the wing of the body of the phoenix, trying to pin it down into the ground. They just hold it there, holding on like a steady stream. That hurt. It's a flame and radiant material just flashing and flying all over the place, and trying to hold this thing down as much as you can. Good job there. And as you sort of stand your ground, the necrotic energy flowing through you, we come over to Ramira.
Awesome. Okay, so, well, first of all, Kevin, let me ask you, how's this thing looking?
It took a fucking massive hit. The tendrils from Fiend's Blight have just like reached out and stabbed into multiple spike points along its wings, trying to stay it down. Its vibrancy, like flapping around, definitely got put to a sudden halt, but it's still trying to get free, but it took a huge hit. It's looking hurt.
And it's holding the fawn in its mouth?
Yes.
Okay, and I'm close enough to touch it, right? Because it's right up on me according to the map.
Yes, it's your point blank range. It's on the ground, just pinned down with the satyr in its mouth.
I touch it on the beak, and I cast Inflict Wounds.
Oh, damn!
At 3rd level, because I feel like that will be fine enough. Totally. And it's at advantage, right? Because it's prone.
It is definitely prone.
Okay. That's a natural 20.
Oh,
So
shit!
A 30 to hit.
That'll definitely hit.
Okay, so let's just say, right, for kicks and giggles, if this is too much, since it's a natural 20 and I'm in the peak of my power, oh, wait, heck me, it is -3, so it would be a 27 instead.
Oh, I just barely hit.
I'm just making sure.
That's good.
So it's 5d10 damage, but we could say, because we're pals, right, you and I, that if this is too much damage, she would know to hold back, right?
We'll see how much the damage is.
Okay, well, that's not comforting, but we're gonna do it. You see Ramira's eyes turn black, and black veins start to appear from the bags under her eyes, and the veins in her arms turn black as she clamps down on the beak and goes, "Drop it," and casts Inflict Wounds to hit this thing. I'm trying to figure out what a D10 looks like, even though I know what a D10 looks like, but don't ask me questions. All right, let's see, is that 5? Yes, that's 5, okay. Okay, so hang on one second, that's 10, 7, 18. It's only 18 points. Oh, initially, and then double that.
Yeah, so whatever damage you rolled, calculate that, then times it by 2.
Okay, great. Yeah, so it is 18 times 2, so that's 36 points of necrotic damage.
Good lord. 32 points of necrotic damage.
Yay! And
So
that will be the end of her turn.
As you kind of start to gently walk your way over, this calmness kind of coming over you from the dreamlike visage that you just kind of had, putting you in this calm, sort of sedated state. You just gently walk over, and as those dark veins start to form under the bags of your eyes, the whites of your eyes go black, and you just reach up to the beak of the phoenix that's pinned down from Fiend's blight, as the materials from your clothes sort of like start to float up and kind of start to have this static electricity just touch its beak, goes, drop it. And this necrotic energy just blasts out from your hand, and like this black lightning with purple outline just ricochets from your hand. And if this thing had feathers, they'd all be standing up on their ends and just going unable to move, pinned down from the blight. You see steam and smoke and just charred bits of radiant feathers just flapping all around. This goose is cooked. You are doing some good damage to this thing. It is still sort of wriggling around, trying to get up, not as fervently as it once was, but you notice the fire around it dimming and dimming and dimming. Its light is going out. And with that, we come to the top of the round with the Phoenix. And as the Phoenix starts to struggle with the blight spell, it cracks all of the tendrils from Fiend's blight spell, starts to get itself upright again, using half its movement to do so. With the satyr still in its mouth, just kicking its legs and trying to get the beak off of its torso. Flaps its wings once again as red shards of lightning emanate from its person. There's 5 of you there, and 6 behind it. I'm gonna roll a d6 and see who this strikes. That's gonna be Sir Strange and then Fiend. So Sir Strange is gonna make attack against you, my friend. And that is gonna be 25 to hit.
It hits.
You're gonna take 6d8 lightning damage.
Okay.
That is 34 points of lightning damage as a solid red streak just rockets across the crystalline lattice, impacting your heavy silver paladin armor. And as that happens, ricochets off to hit another member of your party, that of Mr. Fiend. Mr. Fiend, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
I can do that. Yeah, it's a natural 1.
Oh, boy!
Wait,
Oh,
you get
boy.
+4. Oh, I'm sorry.
So it's a 7.
Gonna hit you right back into the material plane. This is gonna be another 68 lightning damage. What is the... Fiend takes 35 points of lightning damage as the rocket ricochet off of your body as you pull back the blight spell just hits you dead center once again, echoing thunderously throughout the sky above you and below you.
God damn it, you bird bastard.
All right, that'll be the Phoenix turn. As the satyr in its mouth just struggling, kicking around like, I can feel it, he's almost gone, just hit it with everything you got!
Does the Phoenix have to suffer through a moonbeam on its turn?
Yes, it does.
It does. So it's gonna make the save again.
Go.
Yeah. Crap. That's...
What'd you roll, Kevin?
Yeah, 12.
No.
Roll that radiant damage, mother trucker.
Well, 10 and 8. So 18.
8. Farrell, how do you want to do this?
Are you fast right now?
Let's go.
I think.
Don't give the glory to Mullet.
I think Meryl's seeing like the moonbeam come up from underneath. She's like, "Oh, that's cool," and just kind of throws her weight a little more into a little more power. She's like, "Don't kill it! Don't kill it! Don't kill it! Don't kill it!" And then just as it just shoots another beam through it.
As you have that sort of golden circle still around you to command another moonbeam to come through, it's kind of flapping up, starting to gain a little bit of traction. Those ginormous red lightning bolts jettison out of its wings, and you're like, oh, fuck this. And just kind of do this uppercut with your body, signifying the cylinder of radiant energies to bullet through, and instead of hitting its body or its wings, just like a knockout punch, like an uppercut, just hits the bottom of its chin, the beak, throwing the satyr off of its mouth, falling down
Nice.
onto the ground.
Oh, sorry.
And as the satyr is kind of flying and jettisoning out this way, Mullet sees the satyr up there. He's like, I got him! I got him! He's gonna make a dex save to see if he can kind of like catch the satyr in her hands.
Bullet just straight up football sprinting.
That is a natural 18.
Damn,
Let's
Bullet.
go, Mullet.
Just like spears him out of the air.
For a
I
total
got
of 23, just grows up there, gets her just in time, baseball slides, and just it tumbles onto the crystalline lattice. As each time they tumble and hit, the sort of invisible floor around you kind of becomes permanent for a minute as you see crystalline lattice lines kind of appear in this golden radiant light and then disappear.
Sorry, good catch.
Nice.
Is he all right? Do you think?
I hope so.
Yes, I'm sure he does this all the time.
Oh, this is going to be very
This
awkward.
feels like a very poor way to be able to travel an entire, well, I guess country's not the right word, but an entire plane? You just fight the sun and hope that no one puts it out?
It does seem
I'm gonna fight them.
ridiculous.
I'm gonna fight the moon! I'm gonna go over and say...
Do we have to fight the moon too?
No, we're not fighting the moon. She's very nice. And then I go over to the fawn and see how he's doing.
Yeah, so Bullet kind of holding Vendrick in his arms, and then sort of just to, like a small sort of child, like a toddler, just opens up the arms, and the satyr is just kind of burn marks on its skin a little bit here and there, but otherwise fine. As the goat legs kind of touch the crystalline lattice, he goes, oh, thank God. Good job, guys! Way to go!
Okay, good. Galen, I have very limited information about you, but I think you'd be a nice parent. Very paternal. Maternal? Whatever.
As you say the word Galen, Mullet just has her eyes
God
kind of
damn it.
for a
Fuck.
little bit.
Me. Running.
I was sitting here like,
Damn, Ramiro, you're very offensive.
That was me, Saf, not me, Ramira. God damn it. Ramira wouldn't have said that, but we'll go with it. It's fine.
You're just like, oh shit.
I literally was like, it's fine. There.
And as you say that, Mullet kind of puts down the satyr and says, yes, she would have made a great parent.
Jeez, you crazy. Fuck. My life.
I think I just took necrotic damage.
That was this is what happens when you are a player who can't remember things. Fuck me. Okay, well, let's go, guys, now that this is sadder.
Where do we go? Kind of just looks down.
Well, we have to ask that goat man.
What nickname did you give him again?
This is unlike me, I forgot.
Willie something.
I'm sure I'll come up with something far more creative than I
His
did.
name is Mr. Vezic.
I thought it was Woolly Legs or something like that.
Willy legs.
Wool bottom. Ah,
Wool bottom.
it was wool bottom. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you
I'm
for
going
that.
to start calling you all by the wrong name.
What
Well,
would you
that's
say?
just mean of you.
But I already used the wrong name.
Sorry, is everyone okay? Is everyone all right?
Yes, full bottom. We're fine. Are you fine? Are you okay?
I dropped Moonbeam. Yes, I'm
Like-
fine.
Like glue.
I'm good.
Eric just heals, does a little bit of healing on Fiend and Strange. I've sent them how much they got back.
I'm not. Sorry, I've never really actually talked to the Son of the Feywild. I wasn't really sure how that would go. But I did get a heading, and I know where we're going next, okay? Part 1 done. Just gotta go to part 2 and then part 3.
It's
They were
just
home
one
free.
thing. It's just.
Ah, that rhymed, Vezic.
I slap a cure wounds into Fiend.
Sir Strange?
One question. So the Phoenix is he gone? Where it's just unconscious, right?
So the Phoenix is just knocked unconscious on that crystalline lattice, a few feet in front of you, and it's just breathing heavily. The flame that was radiating in that kind of pinkish purple orange hue is just super dull. There's no flames emitting from its wings. Just sort of the bare, sort of ethereal skin of the body is just sort of laid down. It's just knocked out, but it's sleeping. You see its chest kind of breathing up and down. As the whole light around you, as soon as it got knocked out, you notice that the light went down a few levels. Like being out in like a cloudy, sort of clear sky environment just went down to a sudden dusk the moment that got hit. With every hit, you notice the outside was just getting darker and darker and darker.
Strange is going to walk towards. It's a Phoenix, right? Or the sun.
It is.
Yeah.
It is an arc light phoenix.
Okay. And Strange is just gonna smile and pull off a rose from their helmet, and just place it right beside it before heading back to the group.
Does the Phoenix have? I know it doesn't have any feathers, but doesn't it have any, for lack of a better term, pluckables?
Try.
Like a claw or like a.
Trying to take a piece of the sun with you?
Exactly. You know what that can sell for?
No, you are not taking his claw.
It's just like clipping a nail. It's not like pulling the whole claw out.
Are you
Not
gonna do
everything
this right
grows
now?
back.
Are you gonna do this right now?
Not everything grows back like your horn, Fiend.
I think we need to go.
I think we should. Well, bottom. What to next? Fiend, you will get your trophy when we find.
The fox.
Yeah,
Ooh,
Raymond.
it's a nice hat. Everybody loves Raymond.
Who's Raymond?
Everybody Reynard.
Ah, sorry, bad with names.
As
Mr.
the
Fuzzik.
as the
Please.
satyr kind of looks at you all, talking about this, stopping Fiend from plucking a feather or a piece of a souvenir from this phoenix, seeing his hands start going, they're like, Fiend, no, like,
Fiend, no swiping.
Fiend, no swiping.
with the satyr a little bit worse for wear, but seemingly doing okay, kind of walks over to you all and goes, okay, so to reach the stars, oh God, what did my mom say? To reach the stars,
You have to shoot for the moon.
is that how you get to the stars where you're from?
Yeah, it's they always recommend that you shoot for the moon, that way you land upon the stars.
Shoot the moon.
And you take the moon, and you take the moon.
And you take the move.
God damn it!
I make jokes when I'm nervous.
It's the cocaine in the air.
It's like laughing gas. Okay, I'm so sorry. Mr. Vincent, please, please continue your thoughts.
He says that, just looks at confusion as you kind of mutter that to yourself, and looks over and says, okay, so To reach for the stars, we need to hope desperately and truthfully for a better future. I know that the sun has shown us that better future already, but I need you to hold that in your hearts, and we will find the sun's sibling for this next part. Is that all right with everybody? Strange.
At the mention of sibling and what they had to encounter, can strangers put their hand on themselves and heal themselves? Just a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and how many do I have left? Let's see. I'm gonna give myself 30 heal me, please.
30. What does everybody look like? Does everybody look like crap?
I look
Full
great.
health.
I'm good.
Full health. Cool.
I can use a long rest, you know.
65.
Yeah, same.
I like to be at
123 of
full
129 with 1 temporary hit point.
Temporary hit points. Hold on.
Wait, you're at 12. Hold on. Oh, math. Why you do this?
Math, why?
30. So I should probably have like. Okay, I'm gonna. Oh, then I'm gonna be all out. Okay, Farrell, Strange is gonna go up to you, and I'm gonna use the remaining what I have, and I'll give you 20 hit points back, and I'm all out of juice.
That's okay. I've got mass healing word when we get our big guns.
Okay, so you get that now, and Strange is ready to go.
Ready? Thank you, Strange.
No problem.
Okay, so as you take that time to kind of recoup and refill your stamina for the next leg of the journey, you look at the satyr, who has all your hands once more. Is that right? That vision you saw earlier? Hold that in your hearts. See it. See it true. Okay, this part's a little weird. Just don't ask questions. And just looks up. Need you all to roll a charisma saving throw.
Oh.
I'm good at those.
What's my charisma?
Can't relate.
Okay, my charisma's a +1.
Oh, I do have a +8 to charisma though. Stonks.
Stonks.
Okay, all right.
That's not terrible for me, all things considered.
I'm a little surprised. I didn't think I was going to roll very well for that.
All right, Fiend,
24.
Ramira,
17.
Farrell,
18.
Sir Strange.
Hold on, let me calculate 17 plus 13. Give me 1 second.
More than 30.
More than enough.
30.
It's a lot.
And Tarek.
23.
You're all pass with flying colors. From the crystalline lattice starts to ascend pinpricks of twinkling light as they whirl above your heads and sort of pull you sort of down back towards the sky. You sort of, the topsy-turvy nature of the Feywild kind of spinning out from above your head comes down back below as you ascend higher and higher once more as they whirl together and form the constellation of a snake as you see your feet and your body rise out of the atmosphere of the world on top of you and get jettisoned up higher and higher and higher until you're above the clouds, above the circular nature of what you know to be the material plane of the Feywild. Suddenly, black consumes you all around, and millions of starlight start to surround you from all walks of life. Weird sort of nebula clouds drenched in purple and pink and various colors sort of ascend in the back and behind. And this constellation of a snake that kind of arises above you in this very huge form starts to shine brighter than all the stars around you and starts to move. Head turns from the night sky, looking around, and sees you. And it's hard to tell how far away this thing truly is from where you're floating, standing, till you see its head just...
Please tell me that's not the sibling.
and starts to crawl its way towards you.
Mr. Vezek, maybe we should get going. I don't want to meet his sibling. I don't want to meet the sibling.
Oh, we've come too far. I need to see my family. Don't worry, this thing won't hurt us. It's gonna give us a powerful item to help us get to the next spot we gotta go. Just stay cool, okay?
How sure are you of that?
The last one tried to follow you. It's okay.
I don't know. This is all kind of new to me. This is just what I've said, but I'm pretty sure this is how this works.
Let's find out what happened.
Before.
And the snake rises high above your heads and starts to flick out a brilliant, sparkling tongue to taste the air. I am the stars. What do you request of me?
Mr. Vezek.
I was gonna say, all you, buddy.
You
Just
can
everyone in unison. Mr. Vezek? Just in unison, everyone.
I've never seen a bird this big before.
That's a.
That's a
Nope,
No,
you're
just,
fine.
Just leave it. Just leave it.
What?
Nothing.
You don't see a giant raven in front of you?
Mr. Vezek, please just tell them what we want.
Wait.
What
Wait. What the fuck do you see?
Giant. It's a giant fucking bird. It's a raven, right?
So the rest of you see a snake.
yes.
Do the rest of us see a snake? Just for clarification, Kevin. Do the rest of us see a snake? Okay.
You're all
also
seeing the constellation form of this enormous cobra-like snake.
Yes,
Snake.
Fiends, I do see a large star snake.
So either Vezek doesn't know what a raven looks like, or we're seeing something different than what he's seen.
Yes.
Well, he saw the bird before and could identify a bird previously.
Does that mean all of his family were turned into snakes then? He said they were turned into ravens. If he's seeing a raven, does that mean his family are actually snakes?
It could be.
Maybe we should let him talk to the snake.
Just make a
bird.
note of that.
Snake bird. Go ahead.
Oh, great, powerful raven and all snake. I beseech you for a... They're just looking to you all for, like, kind of comfort. For an item
It's awkward.
to help me find my family. An item that will support me in locating my brothers, the sisters, the 7 ravens that were stolen from me.
Ravens or snakes?
Was that good? Was that...
I think it was fantastic, Vezek. Do we all get a request, or is it just one request for this moment?
Don't know. I'm new to this. And then as you say that, this enormous cobra-like image that's like kind of a few feet away from you, but towering all over you, kind of starts to shrink down and come down to a reasonable height and mass as the constellation of the stars kind of starts to form into solid skin of this dark green and sort of blue like reptilian scales, and becomes the visage of a true giant cobra staring down at all of you. As it kind of comes closer and closer, its hooded head snakes its way down towards you. And it opens its mouth. Its forked tongue comes out amongst the fangs, and you see, staring directly in front of you, a wooden box inlaid with glowing moonstones. And they click open to reveal a deck of ivory playing cards. And as you look into the box, you notice that there are around 13 within.
Oh, fuck.
Can I make an Arcana check to see if Ramira would know what this? I feel like she'd probably already know since she studied the arcane a lot, but
You may.
okay.
My stress levels just went.
This is out of character.
Oh, I'm so scared. That's good. That's a 12.
Can I make an?
You can.
I'm playing Magic the Gathering.
Oh, jeez.
I think
So it's Arcana, right?
I think Farrell would do the same.
Yeah, Tarek would try.
Ooh, shit! Oh, fuck!
Fiend, you're good at cheating at blackjack, right? I assume that's what you do.
Yeah.
22.
What?
Well,
You
it's
also-
not wrong. You can't make that noise.
Also 22.
Come on.
21.
21? Natural one.
That's why I laughed, because you're like, cheated blackjack, 21.
You got higher than a 15.
All of us, I
Hey.
think. Oh.
Not Tarek.
I would have if I fucking had no whatever you call it.
If you
Oh,
didn't have
Zach, we're equally in the dark. It's fine.
No, we're not. I
Wait a
would have
second,
had
don't
that
you get
had
a-
I not
don't
been
you-
dead.
Don't you get a +4 from Sir Strange?
That's only for.
Oh, that's
saving
for saving throws. My
I
bad.
appreciate you, pal, but I'm fucked this time around.
It's called a detriment. You have a detriment.
So, as you looked into this wooden inlaid box with glowing moonstones around it, this ivory deck of playing cards inside, Ramira and Tarek, just kind of the appearance of this, like, what? Those playing cards? What? You kind of get a look inside of the images of various face cards around it, almost like this tarot deck-like fashion. I can't. No, that doesn't look anything like them. Like, for you two, it just kind of looks odd and strange. But for Farrell, Mr. Strange, and Mr. Fiend, you feel this radiant, strong, confusing, archaic, maddening essence just pulsing, vibrating from the box within. And although this design, with its ivory inlaid nature, it's not normally how these decks are presented. Across your travels, you've seen decks with 22 cards. You've seen decks with 13 cards. But this does give the vibe and the design of an item known as the Deck of Many Things.
Fuck.
Fiend snatches it.
I've got chills.
No. Fiend.
Just-
I'm
Think
gonna
about what
slap.
you're
Just like no.
This is exactly what Ramira looks like. As she sees Fiend snatch it, she knows it can't be good, so she just goes, oh.
My intercept.
Intercept. Farrell doesn't intercept. She just says Fiend. No. Fiend.
I don't. What?
The best part is, this place is dark light.
I know.
Lights. The Fiend just appears next to the snake and takes the deck of many things out of its
Fiend?
mouth.
Fiend, hear me
Am
out.
I to assume that this is both very powerful and very bad?
Very.
Yes.
Probably.
Farrell's kind of like, I've only read about them. I've never seen an actual deck.
A deck of what, Farrell?
Many things.
Okay,
It-
good. I'm glad
Which
that
many
we've had this little chat that we've talked
So,
about. this.
Basically, a deck of many things. Have some very good cards and some very poor cards.
Right?
As like fake cards that can unravel reality and you can create your own. A thing called
Oh, good. Yeah.
called a donjon where you basically are trapped in a prison. And,
Awesome, Fiend. Just start pulling, bud. Just start taking those bad boys out.
But
Wait, hold on.
I'm being sarcastic, Tarek.
it also has good cards where like there's a spell that you maybe heard of, like Wish, and
A wish spell.
but there's also the card of Ruined Fiend, and I feel that you would not want to pull that.
So as you were all talking amongst yourself, Fiend sort of rushing towards this legendary item in front of you, pulling him back, discussing what are we going to do, as the wooden laid box is on the tongue of this massive snake.
My hand is sweating.
Declare how many you will draw.
Oh,
shit.
God.
Oh.
I'm
so bad, but I'm terrible.
Mr. Vezek, this was your idea. You said, oh, let's go on a little journey. Let's take a little jaunt. This is what you wanted?
I mean, a lot of this was myth. I didn't really know what was gonna happen.
Good.
But it appears that it's doing what my family told me would happen. Wouldn't you do anything for your family?
Ramira grabs him up by the scruff of his shirt. Now, you listen to me, Mr. Vezek, because you don't seem to understand who you're dealing with. And I'm running very thin on patience. You see that man over there? And she points to Fiend.
Yeah.
He's a very dangerous man, Mr. Vezek. And now you've given him a very fun toy. So...
Sorry.
Oh, and she shoves him back away from herself.
Should I go first, or...?
No!
Hold on. You said this deck contains the ability to cast the wish spell?
It could.
If you draw that card.
What are our ratios? 13 cards is not a likelihood that
13.
all of us will roll good.
It's usually a
hello,
50-50.
It's not good.
And with our current string of luck, we thought, yes, let's pull one of these.
And if you pull
Stranded in the Feywild.
a donjon, then you're gone.
These things come with risks.
Fiend, what would you do?
What would I do?
Yes, given that we're here, right? We're all sitting around. Well, what is it that you'd like to do? I'm curious since you've snatched the cards so quickly.
Well, normally I would trick people into drawing these things, people that I don't like. But in this particular circumstance, where it's us who's required to draw the cards, well, I'll take two.
Do we all need to draw? Is that how this works?
I don't think any of us have to.
But we
I
can all
think-
choose to.
I think Vezek here led us towards a point on a wish upon a star that he would get an item that led him directly to his family. And while, yes, this item could potentially grant him the power for that, it is not guaranteed.
Maybe some better phrasing next time would be in order.
Or maybe he could just have a clue.
Strange.
Strange is just like thinking this over. And for the first time, they get frustrated.
Oh.
Oh.
And they look over at Vezek. Hey, Vezek.
Hi.
You're on thin ice. So how are we gonna do this?
Look,
Well-
you all don't need to take this leap if you don't want to. I brought us here. I'll be the one to pull the first two cards.
You're our guide.
We can't risk you getting lost in the donjon.
Or a dungeon, as some would pronounce it.
Look, this hasn't really gone the way I thought it would go. I thought it'd be a lot more prettier and a lot more, clouds and visions and stuff. But this has gotten really real really quick. And I don't want to put you at risk if you don't want to be.
Well, you've kind of already done that.
Did you just compare this quest to an acid trip? I feel you're mistaking the two.
It feels like it is.
It's all right. Let's finish this up here.
I'm gonna go first then, friend.
Yes.
Well,
I'll go first.
wait, Fiend, please.
Fiend.
Please. I want to clarify. Do we have to all pick a card? And she's talking to the snake at this point. She's done talking to Fezzik.
Slender snake sort of waving its head around. You choose what you want to choose. Your fate is your own.
Okay. Well,
so I'm already assuming, regardless of what we say, Fiend, you're gonna go for it anyway.
I'd like to, but if I'm outvoted,
Not going to stop you.
out of all of us, Fiend does have the best luck.
imagine if I were to draw something that could change fate. I could put Reynard right in front of me as we would exit.
There are many things that a wish spell could be used for, that being one of them.
Am I to be clear, though, that a wish must be very carefully articulated? So as to
I don't
not-
speak of a wish.
Oh.
What do you speak of?
Rewriting history, rewriting a moment in time.
You can do
Oh.
Yes.
Kevin, how does the drawing work for this? Do I
I'm
roll?
glad you asked.
Oh dear
My
God.
palms are sweating.
I'm so nervous.
These
No.
weak arms are heavy.
that. I'm very worried
Not
because of
heavy.
something
So
gone
there
wrong.
are 13 cards in this deck. It's not like a traditional
Mhm.
22-carded deck that the original item would be like. This is a very strange vibe you're getting from the box. The cards, ivory, faded, sort of inscribed tarot-like pictures all over it. Will it give you the same effect?
I was gonna say, so we don't know what's in the deck.
Yeah,
What's in
we
the
definitely
box?
take-
But I
What's in the box?
have a deck of many things generator
Do you
on my
shit.
screen.
Oh my
that's so
God.
You will
exciting.
choose how many
So
you'd
Kevin
like to
doesn't
draw,
know.
and I will
Oh my God.
press a button and see what it is you get.
Is Fiend nearby?
Just when I thought I could get more.
You're all kind of just huddled together, just sort of having this conversation.
Well, because I know Fiend was like, no, at one point. So are you close, Fiend?
Mhm.
Okay. Ramira gets a little closer to you, but before she does, she goes, I'm not going to take it from you. I just would like to be closer to you in the event of a very terrible happenstance. Oh, stop that. Like a dog with food. And then she kind of just holds on to his sleeve like she usually does. I can't say anything to stop you, and I can feel you just fiending to take some. So. Oh, but I'm so nervous. You make me nervous, Fiend.
So strange.
Sir Strange is just gonna step forward. I'll draw some too.
Oh, our ratio.
Brilliant.
Wild. And I have a connection to some degree. And fate works differently here. And given the circumstances, I'll be fine.
I'm sorry. I just want to see my family again.
No.
You don't have to risk your lives.
It's okay.
It better be worth it.
They would have done this anyways, given the chance, even if you weren't here.
Oh, yes.
Hey, well, who's gonna go first then?
Probably Fiend, since he's hoarding the box.
She's
As a-
gonna look up at him because she's still 5'0". And she's holding on to his sleeves. Are you sure? You sure?
If something bad happens, you'll just have to save me.
I guess I do owe everybody here one, I guess.
Plan to draw, Fiend.
How many cards are you drawing, Fiend?
2.
The stress.
Okay.
My stress is
Stress.
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 I really want to draw 1. Oh.
Farrell's not trying until she sees what happens.
I know.
Okay. Manifesting, guys.
Let me
Kevin is going.
look up some things here.
Oh my god, I hate that.
We're so fucked.
Me, Saf wants to draw cards, but Ramiro would never, and I'm sad about it.
Farrell's being
me, John, doesn't want to draw cards, but
Fiend.
Mr. Fiend wants to draw them.
I'm living vicariously through you. You have the best luck, though, out of all of us.
I know. I did draw the what was it? The star and the comet in my other campaign.
I know. That's what, like, this happened on Lark, where they pulled
Yeah.
the Donjon card and sent our dragon ally into the dungeon. We can't get him back.
That
None of our
happened
characters
too.
remember he exists.
Does
He was our big
how does Dungeon work? Can like a wish spell get them out? How does it
Yes.
work? Is it just permanent?
You can
Okay.
rewrite history with or a wish spell.
Oh, fair enough. But those are like the only 2 ways.
We couldn't get the dragon out. We couldn't even remember he existed.
Kevin, the suspense is killing me.
Kevin's like, just talk amongst
But
yourselves.
there's only 13 cards, so there could be
Yeah.
no donjon. There could be death
That's
and
true. That's true.
Also, hi, the video I made earlier of going, Kevin, stop it. Is
Kevin,
accurate.
stop it.
Kevin, stop. Kevin, no.
Kevin
Sophie.
really went deck
Okay,
of mini
okay.
coin.
Oh, oh.
All right.
Draw. Are you drawing them one at a time, or
Yes.
are you taking 2? You go to the wooden inlaid box with the moonstones all around it. Put your hand over it. Just kind of look at everyone one last time. Touch the ivory inlaid heavy set card. Pull it up, and it's just a white slab of ivory that, like an ink blot, starts to form into an image as it
Ooh.
reaches your eyes. And as you look up, you see this sort of golden chain-like lattice start to appear around the edges. You see a point start to form in one end, and then 2, 6, 8. The image of a star appears on your card.
this is the
Suddenly
third time I
feel
got this.
This radiant wave start to wash over Fiend. This yellowish glow of starlight starts to come over his body. His skin starts to percolate into a dark earth hue as stars kind of align all over his skin. And Fiend, you feel like the best you've ever felt as you have drawn the star card. 2 points are added to any ability.
I would like for the chat to know, in 4 weeks, in 3 different campaigns, there's a deck of many things, and I've drawn the star card in each one.
Let's
on the first draw.
What are the odds? You have unbeatable luck. I've never seen someone as lucky as you.
I'm adding it to charisma, baby. So we were just talking. I've got the highest charisma now.
I've got the highest. There's a reason that John's got, card things tattooed on his arm. And
John,
it's that luck.
So you can kind of write that down in your notes, and you can figure out what points you want to add that to later.
Still got one
100%.
more. Holy shit, I'm sweating.
The rest of you just see Fiend, this radiant glow go over his body. His skin becomes black, like this very space and sky around you. Stars emanate his face, floats a little bit and falls back down. And you see that sort of crystalline lattice you were on before. These sort of stone-like slabs start to emanate under Fiend's feet. Separate one from the other, creating this kind of stone path that starts to formulate underneath your feet towards where the massive snake is in front of you. But you see Fiend's form change and then stop. As he looks up, the irises in his eyes shine once more of starlight and then go back to the regular hue.
What happened, Fiend?
Power.
Oh.
I mean,
What kind of power?
at least you're fine. You're fine.
One
Yeah.
more go.
Let's hope the second one's just as nice.
We can all hope. As Fiend goes for his second card.
Going for the second card. Again.
Come on,
that
let's get the
ivory-
star again.
The ivory card, blank once more. Hold it up. As that ink blot visage starts to form. This time, no outer border comes to you.
Oh, that's a shame.
A circle starts to form in the middle. Thin at first, then starts to get a bit thicker. Details start to come out of a design. Gold-like color starts to peer out of the ivory. Various weaving of shining hue comes forth. A line starts to form down the middle on an angle through the circle, almost like a pinpoint. Small oval appears over the pinprick. Then various opals and circles start to appear on this golden, almost metallic-like image as this piece of jewelry starts to form out of the ivory card. You have pulled the gem card.
Excuse me?
You have pulled out of the card as this sort of metallic
Amazing.
image sort of raises out, and you're able to pluck it from the card. Almost this gold-like brooch with several gems all around of it. And with you, with your ability to kind of just size up what a piece of jewelry is worth, you estimate the jewelry, all gold, set with gems, each piece worth 2,000 gold pieces. The gems worth 1,000 gold pieces each.
I'm
Fiend,
so
John,
mad.
what is it like?
I'm so mad.
John, what is it like?
I could never.
How much is the total on that?
We'll get to that later.
Okay.
A
Well,
lot.
Mr. Fiend just smirking, like the brooch necklace just spinning around his finger. Like, I don't know what everybody was so worried about.
Well then, that was something.
I could never.
I literally, me, Saf, the player, is infuriated knowing I will never get that. I will never be able to do such a thing.
Farrell will
Yeah.
get sent to a dungeon. Like that would be
Yeah.
the end of Farrell.
All
Oh,
I guess, does any of that look like you could find people or...
No, it doesn't.
Just leave. Dimension doors.
no, it doesn't.
All right. I guess who's next then?
Strange. We'll move forward.
Strange.
You sure you don't have to do this, friend? I don't want you to, I don't know, explode.
Don't talk to me.
Okay.
Sure.
How many are you declaring to pick?
Strange looks back at the group. And side eyes like Fezzik, just more of like, we got this. 3.
Oh!
Are you crazy?
Oh my god!
This is just me to Kevin. This is me to Kevin.
No, Phil.
You mad lad, you.
So
I can't be one up by John.
This is gonna kill you.
I'm so excited.
strong.
Chat is
Yes.
loving this right now.
Honestly,
You
chat
say
is
3
winning
to the,
Do it
to
for
the
the
cobra.
viewers. Do it for the viewers.
Go down to your hand in
Backflip.
your silvery paladin armor and draw the first ivory card.
Yeah.
Please not, Slytherin. Please not.
Money and power, money and power, money and power.
I love how that's exactly what Fiend wanted, and that's exactly what he got.
Is the
Like,
type
no.
of things usually even? Like, is there usually even good and even bad, or do you, okay? I
The
didn't.
devil you know.
Yeah, no, we're not normally even.
Hold on, I'm paying attention to Kevin's facial expressions. I'm reading his poker face.
I'm reading his poker face. You can't.
Hey, Kevin, goldfish.
Hey, Kevin, goldfish.
See,
like he doesn't
beat his poker face. Oh, this isn't good.
That's still his poker face, though. You get no reading off of that. You're like, is he smiling or is this evil DM? Like, you have no idea.
So excited, but also so scared.
Scaresighted, if you will.
Just gotta check something really.
Oh God!
If it goes well for Strange, Ramir will be like, "Oh, okay, these aren't like normal. They're just like totally fine. It's whatever." But if it goes bad,
no, it just means that 5 of the 13 cards were good.
I know, but I'm saying she doesn't know that. Like, she doesn't know what these are, so she's like, "Oh, it's fine. Like, they're all just pulling good stuff. It's whatever." Then she'll be likely to. I want to pull.
Just dungeon away.
Desperately wanted to pull one, and after Fiend was like, it's fine. It's only increased as one.
Okay, Sir Strange.
Oh, fuck.
Come on, Strange.
I don't like that giggle.
Your ivory card. Blank once more as you concentrate and stare at it. Again, the visage around you is picture perfect, standing alone in space itself, with galaxy clouds and stars all around you. All of a sudden, these heavy concrete blocks appear under all of your feet as this heavy-set cobra constellation just looking down on all of you. You pull out the card, the image starts to form. That sort of ribbon-like lattice that came upon Fiend's card starts to emerge, but it's dark. It's not gold, but this sort of dark onyx as the lattice kind of starts to appear around the outer layer of the card. The white ivory around it slowly turns gray from each point corner, starts to cover the card entirely. And then a dark oval-like impression starts to form in the middle. And the darkness gets darker and darker until it's just a black oval inside the gray slab. And you look up and you see a tiny light in the middle of the dark circle shine and get a little bit brighter and a little bit brighter as it becomes larger and larger. The bright dot splits into 2 bright dots, becomes larger and larger. And you start to see an image coming out of the shadow. Off-white, gleaming in the starlight. The outer lines of a sharp bone-like visage comes through the card. That of a skull. And it starts to peer itself out of the slab and becomes another layer on top of the card, peering its nose and jaw out. Almost like you could take it out of the hole of the card. Do you want to take it out?
Can I do an Arcana check on this one, or is it just chance?
It's just if you want to take it out. Whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen.
So it just depends on how. It's it's gonna happen no matter what I'm gonna. If that's the case, then Trishan just gonna grab it.
As you take the skull out of the card, you hold a human-like skull in your hand. Small at first, as it was inside the sort of ivory slab, and as you take it out and hold your hand, it kind of extends to life size. And you're kind of looking at the snake as it's just swaying its head back and forth. You look to your party members, and the head starts to and rolls off your hand, As soon as it hits this ground, this dark cloud and shadow whips all around, and this cloud, dark, smoke-like body starts to ascend the skull up to your height. A dark crown starts to appear around its head as this ghostly visage of a wraith is now floating and standing beside you.
Strange? That
What is
doesn't look like what I drew.
It doesn't look good at all.
Wisps of black smoke start to circle its sort of smoke-like skeleton body. Almost like a skeleton made of black and smoke is wearing a cloak with a crown on its head and two beaming gold eyes. Your wish is my command.
Oh, shit.
What?
Sir Strange has summoned a wraith,
Oh shit.
and the wraith seems to be waiting upon your command, Sir Strange.
Wait, I got a new friend?
Another one?
They beat my Chewingas.
So wait, is this just like a temporary thing, or is this a wraith that I'm just gonna have for this one?
You're not too sure.
Tell it to kill Reynard.
Do you have a name?
We do not remember our name.
And your purpose is to serve me, yes? Strange just clarifies, is it like a one-time thing, or is this sort of like...
Until my life perishes, I am yours to command.
Huh. Is any way remembering Fezzik and just sort of like there's this sort of thing where they're frustrated, but also there's still something inside them that still is calling to do something good. Is there any way that you can find the whereabouts of that one's family? And I point to Fezzik.
This ghastly, dark entity just stares down at Fezzik, and Fezzik's like, ugh. Just terrified of it. It just starts to make him chilled. I know not where this one's family is.
Understood. Well, seeing as I have no answer, Strange, it's almost like they've completely changed. Well, seeing as I have no use for you now, I will call upon you when you are needed.
I look forward to serving you, Master.
I will give you a name. Hold on, I didn't think I'd get this far.
Fiend Jr.
Junior, oh my god.
So just so you know, you drew the skull card.
Ah!
A dread wraith appears. Treat this creature as an unturnable undead. The character must fight it alone if others help. but in this case, it is under yours to command.
Let's see. Strange looks at the wraith and is gonna name your name. Does this wraith have a form? Does it appear to look like anything, or just a spectral shape?
It looks like, think of a spectral black sort of wispy cloud with the visage of like a rib cage and like a spine and like a tethered cloak floating around with a crown on its head. Now, normally the skull card, you would draw this and a wraith appears and you have to one-on-one fight it.
Okay.
And if anyone else gets involved, Race would have appeared in front of them and essentially attacked them too, and you'd be having a wraith fight. But for whatever reason, this wraith seems to be under your command.
That's not what normally happens, huh?
No. With that high Arcana check from before, you would know this.
Your name will be Victor.
Belmont?
Are you giving it a name? Are you typing it in like Victor? I was gonna go Vector, but then I'm reminded of that orange jumpsuit guy from like Despicable Me.
Vector, the Spectre Detector.
I just thought of the one from the Shadow of the Hedgehog game. Find the computer room.
That's weird. Okay, that's not normal.
Hector Vector, the Spectre Detector.
As we're figuring this out, is Strange is going to like, is this normally a thing? No?
No.
Not to what I'm aware of, but rumors and myth are just that.
Like I
Understood.
said, I've only read about these things like maybe in an old book.
What
Got
do you
it.
get next?
I suppose we'll speed it up a bit then. And Victor's still there, or does he just...
Just floating beside you.
Can you... Okay, well, I'll just... Unless he chooses to take on another form or just fade away a bit, he could just hang around me, I guess. We have another party member. Dope.
Why do you keep collecting creepy ones?
You look
I
down.
collect the cute ones.
Are you pretty much like, would you say like with the wraith that you're kind of like done with it? That you're like, it's here and you're like, all right, and you've just kind of, you've directed it. And on that note, as you kind of say that, I'll name you Victor. Oh, is this weird? Does this guy normally stay like this? As you have that thought of just kind of like, I'm done with you, the wraith, all of that black cloud sucks back into the skull and goes back into your hand. You essentially have an item that, as an action, you can summon the wraith from it, and it'll aid you in battle.
You
But
have
if
a
it
death
dies-
grenade.
Once it dies, it's dead. You can't revive it. You can't bring it back. It's gone.
Okay, cool.
But it's kind of like a one and done. Think of it like a grenade that you... Wraith!
Good, I'll throw it at Sam's face.
Wraith, I choose you.
Okay. Next card.
I'm gonna pull a card. Wait, that's not what a card sounds
It starts with an F, I think. Like a.
No, I'm making it worse.
Or a thwip, I think.
How about a Katraka?
Let's see here.
Oh God.
Please not Slytherin. Please not Slytherin. Please.
Ravenclaw.
Ravenclaw.
I like how Saf is attempting to see what the sound of the card is.
I did. I just,
So it's like a.
yeah. You're welcome. Foley work by Saf.
Thank you.
Contact me.
Appreciate it. Uh-oh.
As you draw this
Oh,
next
fuck.
card and pull it up. Once again, waiting for the image to appear on the ivory slab. Once more, a golden lattice appears in all corners of the card.
Just give us a tracker, please.
Looking up at it, a small metal cylindrical line starts to form in the front on a diagonal. And then on top of the sort of silver line, this design starts to take form. Not a circle, but almost like a half circle make. Starts to round out here, and then a little bump comes up here.
Uh-huh.
This weaved in metal design starts to take form from the top. As you follow that metallic line straight through, two jettisoning jagged pieces come out along the top of it. And as this metal item starts to take form and starts to shine, almost like the starlight is bouncing off of it and kind of blocking your view. And as you look down, a small metal object appears grazed above the card. That of an ornate silver key. As you're looking at this key, Sir Strange, if you could unlock anything, what would it be that you would want to unlock?
Does it have to be a physical lock? Can it be anything?
Whatever that phrase comes to you, it could be a physical lock, a mental lock.
And Strange feels it.
You feel the intention screaming at you.
Strange utters a question, 3 words. Who am I?
You say that, and you reach out for the key. But that's, my friends, is where we're taking a break. So,
Oh, fuck!
oh no!
Holy shit. This is amazing.
I'm so stressed.
This is so good, Kevin. You keep one-upping yourself every week, and I don't know how you do it.
Wait, the card just replies. It's just like,
I don't know.
New phone, this.
what?
We've been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty.
We were trying to reach you about your wagon's extended warranty.
Wagons expensive.
Those cards are so
Those
beautiful.
cards are so good.
All right, so everyone, we're going to take a quick little break, little 5-minute break here just to restretch the legs, refill the drinks, and we'll come back to Sir Strange's question right after this. Jordan Rose, are you there? Welcome back, everyone. Sorry that took a little bit of time, but yeah. So, the wait is finally over. As Sir Strange asks the question to the key poking itself outside of the ivory card, what is it that you ask?
Who am I?
And as you say that, you reach for the key and take it out of the ivory slab. You're not really sure what to do next. But this intention, you look at the key, you look at your rose insignia on your breastplate. You just have this intention to touch them together. And as you do, black tendrils wrap themselves out of the rose around the key, kind of tether it from the rose insignia to the key, trying to stop you from touching it. No. Make a charisma saving throw.
Charisma, right?
Mm-hmm.
24.
Beating a DC of 20. The key starts to resist the pull, the resistance from your dark gift that you have called Oswick. No! We are one! We are together! No! And you just start to resist the resistance from the tethering of this dark gift and able to force it through and pull through the sludge. Touch the key to your rose insignia. This radiant glow merged with red and purple, and darkness starts to spread along your paladin armor, spreading all over until your entire body is consumed in this black ichor that you ingested earlier. The rest of you don't see this. You just see Sir Strange take the key and tap it to the rose insignia, and it's just kind of looking off in the distance. As this goo kind of comes over your body, you start to freak out. You're not really sure what it's doing. Your friends are just kind of looking at you as you're kind of backing away, and as the sludge starts to come up over your mouth and your eyes, you see darkness. Out of that darkness, almost peering through vines and tall grass, you see this image come before you. Tall trees all around, leaves falling down, orange, golden hues, signifying a fall season. And as your image kind of peers through these vines, this tall grass, into this sort of open wooded area of sorts, there appears to be a child. Just sitting there, almost like the sunlight is spotlit in this open, round area, trees all around you, vines, golden leaves falling down from a warm breeze. Sitting there, playing with little stick figures, signifying swords and shields clashing together, cross-legged, no shoes, barefoot, natural materials. Sort of this long, black, sort of curly hair up the top with kind of long bangs sitting down to the side. 2 pairs of oval glasses. Wearing this sort of scarf around your neck. Yeah. Oswick? Oswick, where are you?
What? Am I the child right now?
You are. You're probably around 5 years old.
I'm here. Just playing.
Oh, there you are, dear. Can't run away from me like that. And this visage of a woman comes from behind the trees and the vines. A fey lady of stunning beauty, with hair the color of midnight, stands before a shining field of stars. A gown seemingly woven from the night sky drapes across her flawless ivory skin. Bright lights glitter like diamonds in her crown and Relent, and some drift about her body and dance near her hand. She approaches you with grace and majesty. You've only been alive for a few years, but the comings and goings of this woman as the head of the summer court has not really been that much important to you. But as the queen of night and magic steps closer and closer towards you. There you are, Oswig. You can't get away from me like that.
Sorry. I just am having a lot of fun.
I know, dear, I know. But you can't skirt away from your responsibilities like that. The whole Feywild is in uproar. We have some very, very important people coming here very, very soon.
Important people?
Yes. The monarch has declared a new connection with a new race of people coming soon. All the courts are aligned and getting ready for their arrival. They call themselves as guardians.
Does that mean I get new friends?
I believe so. Maybe some Asgardian children for you to play with. I know that some of the other kids from the other courts have had instances of... They just don't understand you, son. It's fine.
Well, I can't wait.
Come on. Puts out her hand.
Just a thought. Is this Strange's mother?
You get this sense of a familiar bond and an undying love between you two. It's paternal instinct from her signifies that this is indeed your mother.
Home. And Strange grabs her hand.
That's a good lad. Which way should we go now? You got that thought in your head that I told you about? I know this travel is very new to you, but you gotta have it.
I think I do.
Yeah? You remember home, like I told you?
Yes. Oh.
Stay close. And out of this sort of clearing, in this green autumn sort of clearing, this tree line, as you take the hand and kind of go off into the brush as vines and twigs and leaves start to hit you, almost like going through the forest and hitting sort of a brush. And in the clearing, your mother, the queen of night and magic, one half head of the summer court, lifts her hands up as the bush and vines just start to bend down to her will almost and move out of the way. The visage of the autumn city, Mithrandain, starts to come into view. And you start to look forward to rolling hills of golden sunlight, colors of brown, gold, yellow trees and leaves wafting and swifting all around you. This golden brown city leagues ahead of you over rolling yellow and green grass hills of tree and bark and metal and nature itself glistening in the dim light above. Suddenly, as that image wafts towards you, you start to push yourself forward. you suddenly find yourself in a main throne room. 2 seats at either side. Golden inlay of fantastical Feywild designs all around you. Almost like you're living in an exquisite, arbutus kingdom. You find yourself just kind of sitting on a very large throw couch. Just sort of velvet golden brown design, wood inlay, beautiful and flawless. You can see your reflection, the gleaming of the banister and the armchair that you're sitting on. You hear arguing off in the distance. Your mother, and presumably your father, having an argument with each other. I can't believe the monarch would just welcome anyone who comes in here. What if these people are dangerous? What do we truly know about them? Now, calm down, okay? We don't know what their intention is. Look, we've been banishing people for so long, left, right, and center. The Asgardians came from the Feywild. They're a part of us as much as we are of it. We have to give them the chance to come back home. It's been too long. If we don't outstretch a hand, we're no better than the other courts out there. The monarch has never led us astray. We should hold on to her guidance. This groan comes out to the hallways. As you're just kind of kicking your feet, almost like you're kind of waiting to be addressed or just kind of waiting for someone to come into the room and kind of tell you where to go next. This light kind of starts to shine out from outside the door that you're in. You're kind of in this, it's not a bedroom you're in, the throne room's behind you, but you're in this kind of like seated waiting area. And through all the oak wood and arbutus lattice all around you, in this hallway, sort of off to the exit of the room, this sort of radiant light is sort of emanating from it. And you hear heavy footsteps. As this figure sort of looms in through the hallway. Elegant, gorgeous, beautiful sets of deer-like horns, almost like a crown, shining through as this tall Feylord male, draped in all manner of materials, from this cape made of multicolored leaves and other materials, the finest that you have ever seen. Long, flowing, green-like hair that stretches down and beads down past the shoulders. A massive, huge, thick, glowing, translucent sword at their side. Bit of a scruffy beard, sort of also a dark green, sort of mutton chops that comes down to a fairly scraggly, long, sort of Viking-like beard. As the Oak Lord, King of the Summer Court, comes in through the hallway. Now, son, it's been some time now. You need to get to bed.
Is everything okay, Father?
It will be, son. It will be. We've been around this long, haven't we?
You promise?
As this tall, massive Oak Lord gets down on one knee, this cape drenched, floating around with multicolored leaves. I promise.
Will I be like you one day?
Just gotta wait for those horns to start coming in. And just kind of pats you on the head.
Father, one day, I'll protect you and Mother. I'll be strong. Because this is my home. You are my home.
That's right, Oswick. As long as we have each other, we'll never be far away from home now, will we?
Strange just nods.
And sometimes, visitors have to be welcomed, I guess. Don't give him ideas! I don't know who these Asgardians are, or what they want. But hopefully we can start a new era and maybe start reaching out to other planes out there. As much as I love our home, and it is a wondrous place.
I'd like to think so. Where this place is where everyone is welcomed and always home.
But there's one thing, Oswick, that you must know and learn. You have to expand your horizons. If you stay in the same environment for far too long and don't expand your interests, one can go mad that way. And we, as the Fey Lords, have been here for some time alone. And he starts to kind of grab your hand and kind of walk around the palace. We've been on our own for quite some time in this realm, with all the fantastical creatures and loveliness it comes with. But your mother has convinced me in talking with other Fey courts, and with the monarch's approval, it will do us some good to get out of our comfort zone. Never be afraid of the unknown, Oswick. Always venture forth. Try new things. Explore new worlds. Who knows, maybe you'll lead our people into a new era after all.
Strange just smiles. Well, I will. I'll become strong. And maybe one day, just like you, I'll be able to lead our people too.
Until then, my son, don't get too ahead of yourself. Still got lots of living to be a kid about these days. Don't grow up too fast. Now go say goodbye to your mother before going to bed, all right?
Okay.
I love you, son.
Love you too.
Gives down, gives you a kiss on the forehead as he ushers you to go say goodnight to your mother.
Strange will go off.
As you go through the hallways, again, littered with brown, golden light, various portraits of past Fey Lords who have come into possession of these kingdoms. As far as you know, from what your father has told you, the succession of these lords are lifetimes upon lifetimes upon lifetimes apart. And as you go over to your mother's chambers, you notice something a bit strange that you hadn't actually seen before. As this black velvet fog that you have seen once before starts to come out of the room into the hallway like dry ice.
Strange is gonna look into it more. Just curiosity, being 5 years old or around that age.
As you kind of peer through your mother's quarters, you see her. This dark voice whispering out of her, many of them back and forth, as she's just kind of raising her hands and bending her head in slightly different ways, hands and wrists jettisoning all around, looking inside this mirror of infinite black. And you start to wave back and forth. The velvet fog is permeating this entire room around you. And all of a sudden, the black velvet fog sucks itself into the mirror that your mother is looking into. Looks behind her to you. Her white skin, ivory skin, whiter than ever. The hues of her eyes completely black. And then come back to normal. Oh, son, I'm so. There's no need to be frightened. No, it's okay. This was something you would have to learn eventually about us anyway. Come inside, it's okay. Just kind of being very forthright and kind, gestures you to come forward.
Strange hesitates for a moment. The familiarity, but the mystery behind it. But understanding that this is my mother. She wouldn't hurt me. They step forward.
And as you step forward, you've been wondering why I leave the court this time around every year.
Mm-hmm.
Father proudly stands guard during the summertime, and I by his side. But when it comes to the fall, I have not been around. And though you were too young for us to tell you in great detail where I have been, I guess time's now as ever for you to start growing up. Your father, he's mentioned that there are other realms, other places outside of the Feywild, right?
Yes.
And in Feywild, some are ruled by winter, summer, autumn, fall.
Mm-hmm.
There is another court. One where I am from. Your father did not meet me here in the Feywild that you know of. Rather, we met in darkness and in shadow. For I not only rule by his side here in the Summer Court, but I also rule as the Queen of the Shadow Fae. And it is there that I go during these times to fulfill my duties.
I'm almost like crying. Is that why everyone is afraid of me?
There are some here in the Feywild who don't understand the very nature of the Shadowfell, and yes, it tends to make them a bit uneasy. It's not your fault, dear. Lots of people signify shadow with darkness and evil and ill intent, and like shakes your shoulders to like kind of make you a bit more agreeable. But this is not the case. Shadow and darkness are as much a part of the world of things as is light and sunshine. Just because one's tale is drenched in the unknown doesn't make them bad. Makes them interesting.
Does that make me strange?
Yes, Oswick. It makes you very strange indeed, and kind of rubs your head all about. One day you too may indeed harness this power. A ruler from the Shadow Fae and a ruler from the Summer Court, and a union like this has never happened. But whatever happens, we'll figure it out together.
I promise. I'll protect everyone. Even you.
As you say that, the velvet fog wraps around you, and you're in bed, half asleep, as you start to hear the rumblings of loud bursts of explosions and chaos. It doesn't sound close by, it's not outside of the kingdom directly, but you hear this the sounds of war are echoing through your ears. As a couple weeks time has passed, and the arrival of the Asgardians has come, and with it, almost the brink of war. Destruction and chaos looms all around. Someone by the name of Loki gained the power of a Titan and is laying waste to everything. Not that you understand that name or what these items, these meanings are. You just know it's bad. And people are getting hurt. Suddenly, burst through the door, almost like wood splintering, shattering all over. God, no. Thunderous, heaving footprints echo near your bedchamber. No, please, no. You can't help but hear this and start to get up. As you leave your bedside, down the hallway, as you go down the halls, the loud sound of sobbing, of anger, frustration echoing louder as you get towards that very same throne room. You kind of peer around the archway to the Oak Lord. Various blood stains all over his leaf sewed in cape. His giant translucent sword thrown to the side. Blood splattered on his reigning crown of horns. Please, no, this can't be. I won't let this happen. It's all right, dear. There's nothing we could have done. As the Oak Lord is holding in his hands the Queen of Night and Magic, as this purple liquid is coming out of her onto the ground. No, there's got to be something we can do. There's got to be a way. The monarch has passed. Our realm's future is not certain anymore. The cults will come together. We will not let this stand. We will not let the Feywild fall into chaos. There's got to be a way. There's got to be a way. The shadows. If I go back to the Shadow Fae, I might yet survive this. You don't have the strength to come back. If you go there, you'll never return. But if I go, I'll see you. And looks over as her head turns over to you, Oswick, standing there in the hallway. And a son again. As the Oak Lord turns around, realizing the seriousness of the plight in his hands, that if he does not do something soon, he won't only lose his lifelong partner, his reason for living, but the mother of his son will lose a mother. Out of frustration, picks up the Queen of Night and Magic, picks her up over his shoulder, starts just running, sort of speedily runs towards her quarters and just runs past you, Oswick. Doesn't make eye contact. And runs towards her quarters, her bed chambers. You're like, Dad, what's happened? Runs past you to her bed chambers. Lays her down in front of that oval mirror. All right! Fine! You win! Take her back. Take her back! I don't want her anymore! She's not welcome! The breath starting to shorten from the Queen of Night and Magic. My Oak Lord. I'm sorry. It's not. Hang on. God damn it. How does this goddamn thing work? It starts to shake it uncontrollably. And just smashes it into the side. Shatters of glass fall all around. And as they shatter on the ground, this empty blackness shows up behind the glass. This velvet fog sort of peers out of it. And a voice, a dark, high-pitched and low-rumming voice, similar to the cadence and tone that you have when you go and interact with your dark gift. She is dying. I know. She has fallen in battle. A fatal wound. You know what this means. She can never return. Do what you will. Just let her live. These two velvet cloud-like hands start to come out of the mirror, out of the oval frame, start to pick her body off the floor. The frame around the mirror starts to enlarge and widen all across. As you peer into the mirror, you see these peaks and valleys of black road and hillside, dark gray, purplish sky, trees with no leaves, no greenery on them, just bare wooden stakes. As your mother floats up, arms dangling, her gown fading with that starlight, her jet black long hair falling down by the side. The gown, woven of the night sky, drapes down on the floor. The glitter, the diamonds in her crown. With her last strength, takes it off. King, 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 falls on the ground. Ivory hand raises up and touches the Fey Lord's face. We'll see each other soon, son. One day. As the eyes leave the Orc Lord's eyes and goes towards you. Goodbye, Oswick. Keep on being strange, son. Leaves the arms of the Oak Lord as she drifts, as the velvet fog curls around her arms and her back and her head, as she slowly enters beyond the frame of the mirror, goes further and further back. The Orc Lord stands there as that infinite black suddenly becomes a hard oak statue, and the frame stands still. And the Oak Lord stands there, shivering, trembling. And he looks behind him, sees you. And this look comes over him that you've never experienced or seen before. You have her eyes. And he's struggling to make eye contact with you. Sir Strange?
Strange hearing what he was shouting out. Strange looks at the ground and notices that his father can't quite look at him, and being a child, what does that mean? You don't want me anymore either.
Go to your room. Lock tomorrow. And wafts past you into the throne room. As soon as he makes it into the throne room, you hear a My lord! My lord, the day is won! The day is won! We've overcome Loki! The Asgardians have joined us! And as that sinking moment kind of takes hold inside of you, you think for a minute, whatever is happening, whatever this chaos is happening around you, maybe it's solved. Maybe whatever happened that took your mother away, this is over. We could work on getting her back. This instinct to just rush towards the commotion kicks in, and you kind of chase after your father, not fully understanding what that gesture really meant. You see him conversing with someone in the throne room, and the temperature instantly goes down. as this visage of a light blue gleaming figure covered in ice has their back turned towards you. This cloak latticed in crystallized ice, shards of thick, pointed, paladin-like armor covered in a glacier-like substance. This long, icicled sword dangling from the sword down below his waist. Shards of ice hair kind of peeking out and falling down near the bottom of the neckline. As you stand there, waves of mist coming off of this entity, who you've met before, very early, maybe in a visit to the Winter Court. You don't have a name, but you know his title. That of the Prince of Frost. As the Oak Lord converses with the Prince of Frost. We've done it. Asgard has joined us, and we've taken down Loki. What? What? It's true. It's true, my lord. It's happened. The day is won. What about Odin and his treachery? Are we just to forget this ever happened? The courts are convening tonight. We are going to come up with an amicable solution. He may have come here under false pretenses. But without his help, without the Asgardians' help, the entire Feywild would have been eradicated. We will not be like them. We will not dishonor these people. We will honor them for their help and ask them to never return. We will banish them from this land once and for all. And anyone else who chooses to come to the Feywild, well, what? Were you making some sort of deal? Not a deal. No. An offering. Both sides will exchange a mighty gift, and that'll be that. A mighty gift? What mighty gift? We're gonna give them some ethereal weapon for them to come here and slay us all? It appears from our spies that the King of Asgard himself only wishes to learn more of our magic and nature to betterment his kingdom. We will offer him something to satiate his interest. In what form, we do not know. That is what the meeting is for tonight. As the Oak Lord is having this conversation with the Prince of Frost, his gaze turns over to you. I might have something. Your visage changes once more to a gathering around the oldest relic in the history of the Feywild, known only to you as the World Tree. Shining golden emerald juddering out of the trunk, known as the Heart of the Feywild, gleams in the sunlight as every court is now standing in a circle, half circle, around the World Tree, every king and queen of every court. Odin standing there, with Loki chained and bound. Someone known to you as Blister Beast, this very smart and cunning arcane mage of a Fey, draped in a cloak that looks like pretty much the size of a humanoid badger, with a long elongated snout and black and white fur, also chained and bound. Freya standing next to Odin. Tyr, the god of war from Asgard, standing by his side. Thor, Odin's son, also standing there by his side, Mjolnir in hand. And the many soldiers, what's left remaining of Asgard. As a meeting of the two come, the lords meet Odin in the middle. Two sets of icy hands come over your shoulder. All right, Sir Strange. This is your moment. You're gonna save the entire Feywild.
Will my father be okay?
Your father's gonna be just fine. We all are, thanks to your bravery. What was it your mother once said? Never fear the unknown.
Strange starts crying.
Now, don't. I know it hurts. And these icy hands kind of take your hands inside of his. I know it hurts, my friend. Love is a pain that's hard to bear. I can make it easier for you if you like.
You can?
Yes. Love is a burden. Love can be great, but cruel. Sad and swift. When you get these feelings, these tethers of ecstasy, I can make it so that they no longer bear fruit. That the roots that dig deep inside get pruned, and you get to start anew.
Strange's face turns into like sort of scowl, remembering what happened to their mother and the resentment of their father, who they still very much loved. They look at their father, not even look in their eyes. Take it away.
Takes both your hands, and that icy visage, that coldness covers your entire forearms and your hands and your wrists. It's a deal then. And he holds tight your hand as this pure blue light kind of comes off beneath your hands. Just as the Oak Lord is about to approach. Let's go. As the dry ice smoke leaves your person. Come on, son. It's time.
Does Strange recognize this is father?
Mm-hmm.
Strange doesn't say anything. And just nods.
As you start to meet and walk to the center of this clearing where the world tree is. As Odin comes forth with an item, two-handed, cloth covering it. What is done today is done for the good of all realms. May our union be at peace, and the realms never cross again. As he brings over this hidden draped item, clothed material, over to one of the Oak Lord's guards. Takes 4 of them just to kind of hold it and take it away from Odin and kind of put it on the ground. Odin's hulking form, gleaming gold armor, red lined cape, a stout raven on his shoulder, crown gleaming, freshly cut eye, one eye staring down at you with his gray sandy beard above your head. Hello, boy.
Strange is still trying to keep it together. Does Strange know who Odin is? A general idea?
You've never met him before in your life. You know that he's a king. You know he's an important person just from conversations of people talking about their arrival throughout the kingdom, but this is the first time you've met him.
Strange forces a smile. The first forced smile. Hello.
The hulking Asgardian bends down to one knee. We are going to be friends, you and I. I will teach you as much as I can about the Asgardian ways, as I'm sure you will teach me much about your culture.
Sir Strange just smiles, but this time they're crying. I just don't want anybody else to get hurt anymore.
The skirmish is over. Oswick? Is that the boy's name? Is your name Oswick, correct?
Oswick looks back. Call me. And they think of their mother. Strange.
Strange. Strange it is. Odin, king of the Asgardians, rises up from his knee, extends his hand. As the Oak Lord stands behind you, it's okay, son. They'll take good care of you. And you just see the Oak Lord shivering, barely able to keep his composure.
Strange. Just smiles, and it's not malicious. Don't worry, father. I'll be able to do what you couldn't, even though you tried. I'll protect everyone. I'll protect you.
And the Oak Lord just trying to hold back the tears behind his eyes. I have no doubt that you will. Strange. Our union is concluded. Now leave. Never come back. As Odin holds your hand, Sir Strange, and start to take a few steps. Heimdall! Open the Bifrost! As you look once more upon the Feywild land that you called home, as you see your father's back going towards the other court members, and that swaying leafed cape going back and forth with the crown of deer antlers at his sides, this ultraviolet light starts to come down, descending upon you. And you wait, holding Odin's hand, just waiting, hoping that the Oak Lord would turn around. Right when that bright light is at its brightest, you see him turn around one last time to see you. As you're whisked away to the golden city amongst the stars of Asgard. Memories start to flash in fragments now. Shards of being studied and experimented on in the Academy of Arcana from a very young orc woman that you had seen earlier, Salvia, who appears to be a student, asking you questions, putting certain objects near you, seeing how they react. Certain Feywild plants and things, as some that were dead once start to bloom all of a sudden. Familiar smells and gases that are aerating out of magical items and Feywild-like structures react to you. So strange.
Can I get a clarification? Just for story thing and flavor? Does the experimentation hurt?
Nope. Not at all. It's more or less just seeing if your Feywild nature reacts to certain objects, Feywild natured things, spell scrolls written in Sylvan and in various languages that you're able to read that others aren't. Time bursts forward, and you find yourself on the material plane, no longer in Asgard. Being free to roam and do with your life what you want. Much like any of the other high-ranking members of Asgard, you're able to do with your time what you will. And you start to develop a family of your own. And this lovely figure that you've grown very, very fond of, with light golden hair, thick paladin armor of her own, that you only know by the name of Sir Angel. A woman that you had met on the material plane and formed a very particular bond with. As many of the people in the material plane tend to worship the Asgardians as gods, myths, and legends. You're very, very young at this point, probably like 14 years old. Just becoming a teenager, really. but your skills are unmatched. And as you roam the lands, finding your own adventure, your own sense of amusement and fun, helping people where they can, you met this person. And through your bond, you would travel the land and grow that fondness into a love for one another. Battling monsters, reaping the rewards, saving people, and doing good, like you had told your mother all that time ago. But during one battle, Sir Angel fell, fatally wounded. And you reached out for anyone to save her. Anyone! Please! A name comes to you that you had not thought of in quite some time, except in your new life. Oh, Claude! Prince? Suddenly, the temperature around you goes cold. Dry ice forms around you. Frost starts to come across the grass and the plants and the trees. Steps gleam towards you. Poor woman. She was a good fighter, this one. Fought with heart and pride. As you look up, as the Prince of Frost stands beside you, holding Sir Angel in your hands, begging and pleading for him to take care of her, to save her. So Strange, you know I want to help. I do. But the ways of the material plane and nature, they're not for me to decide. It was her fate. But I think I know a way that I can help you cross this, or bear this cross. Do you love this woman?
I do.
More than anything.
Yes.
This icicle dagger forms out of his hand. Prove it.
Strange takes it. Is the Prince of Frost implying for Strange to step to themselves?
So you hold it. This instinct of this crystalline icicle blade. He looks to you. Hit in the center and hit true. You'll be fine, Sir Strange. Do not worry.
Strange holds it. I never belonged anywhere. And does it.
As you go to sort of hit you and impale it, you don't impale yourself. Rather than the icicle shatters all over your paladin-like armor, and almost turning into water, this glittery essence falls onto Sir Angel. and you just see her visage, her body, slowly disappear as the liquid falls onto the body. And your memory is wiped of her very existence. The time you spent together, the times you had, gone. That pain, that hurt, lifted. And as you kneel there on the ground, you look up. There's no Prince of Frost. You look down your hands, soaked in cold water, a puddle near your knees. You don't even remember the Prince of Frost being there. You're just in a field by yourself. Huh. That's weird. You just dry off your hands. Stand up. Huh. And as you get up and look around, time after time after time, this deal, this curse that was put beside you from the Prince of Frost, every time you would fall in love, you would hit that precipice of utter connection. The thread, the memory of that person would wipe away. The memories now coming at you start to become more fragmented and frail, as even the power of this deck of many things, this key, is having a hard time sustaining this connection of this fey curse that's been beset upon you, with the dark gift also fighting and struggling to keep these secrets from you. You get fainter images coming to you as time moves forward. That of another person. Nondescript, you don't get to see any details necessarily, but you're in a mountain range, and a woman playing with a daughter in a high wheat field nearby, almost teleported there instantly. You see them playing in the distance. Come play with us, strange! Come play with us! That visage shuts down again. You wake up. Standing there, toe to toe, with members of your former party. This huge head with a massive spiked jaw and a single eye and tentacles wreathing about lifts its head up as the massive beholder gets ready to strike with the many rays that it has. As you look at your party members and you all draw your swords, draw your bows. Dissipates once more. And you find yourself with a bed of roses in a clearing on a stone hillside. Gravestones juddering out of the ground. Names of your former party members engraved in each one. As you drop the flowers down, you just whisper to yourself, I don't think I want to be here anymore. I just want peace. Suddenly, this gleaming light above you of that similar translucent vibrance shines down on you. And you look up. This booming, familiar voice echoing in your head. Come home, strange. Come home. Live out your days by my side and find the peace you seek. And with that, your body starts to lift. The clanking of your paladin armor hitting as you look up and look down, as this calmness starts to waft over you. As you finally are seemingly gonna get your rest after all this time. And it's then that you open your eyes. And to all of you, the rest of the Frostbreakers, 3 seconds has passed. You saw Sir Strange touch the key to the rose insignia. Those tendrils that came out, you never saw them. You just saw him touch the key to the symbol and then just stare off for like 1, 2, 3. And Sir Strange is now back.
Did it do anything?
Did we hear the question that they asked? Was it spoken aloud or was it in their head?
That's for Sir Strange to say. Did you say it out loud or in your head, Sir Strange?
In my head.
Right.
Did it do anything? Are you okay?
You kind of stayed off in his face for a second. Are you okay?
Did it bring you any wealth?
Did you
Kevin.
get richer?
Clarify. Sir Strange as Oswig. What was the title they held at the Fae Court?
Title was yet to be decided due to the nature of a union of the Shadow Fae and the Summer Court coming together. Are you a prince of the Shadowfell? Are you a prince of the Summer Court?
Summer Shadow.
Some shit.
There wasn't necessarily decided quite yet
Summerfell.
what your role was going to
Summerfell.
Summerfell.
be. But regardless, you are a prince. A Fae Lord prince.
Strange, you have one more card to draw. What happened with this one?
Sorry, Tarek?
Can I make an insight check just as they're as they see like a change in their face, just to try and get a grasp on what might be going on in their mind? Obviously, I would have no idea, but just get a general kind of vibe as to how they might be feeling right now.
Sure. Sir Strange, do you want to try to hide your emotions, or is
I
it
heard
on your
rolling.
sleeve?
Uh-oh. I don't like that.
Can I also roll to see if they decide to hide it? Kind of
Sure.
thing?
Pharaoh would not roll. Pharaoh would not care.
Fuck.
I mean, she
Same.
cared, not in that way. Like,
17 plus 5.
I only got an 18.
22.
Oh, which means I would do a 15 because I'm fucking nerfed right now.
So Strange would roll deception against those.
If you're hiding it.
25.
Oh.
Oof.
When Sir Strange touches that key to their rose insignia and just looks off, the glow around the key fades and it dissipates into dust.
Strange. What happened? You feeling all right?
Strange is just processing everything. And now they understand why they didn't want to feel the pain anymore. So Strange says this. More of like, it's not confidence, it's more of like, the Feywild is my home.
Is that so?
Oh,
At least. Strange chuckles. It used to be.
Oh.
Strange chuckles again. And the Oak Lord, right? And what was the Oak Lord's? Mithrain?
Mithrindane, that was their
Mithrindane.
city that they ruled over,
Hmm.
which is the same city that you had all seen Gloomwing wanting to head towards.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
that journal you found.
Yeah.
That child.
Yes.
Oh, the one that I'd asked what happened, and Salvi didn't have anything else written. That why bring them up now?
Strange looks up at Fezzik. And then the snake. And they're just filled with so much pain. I am Oswick, son of the Oak Lord, prince of the Fey Court.
you.
how do you know this?
The key. I know who I am.
You got what you wanted.
You got your memory back.
I don't want it anymore.
Farrell's putting two and two together.
Oh, strange.
You were the child, weren't you?
No.
You are the child.
Oh.
I was a tool. A bargaining chip. I suppose that is my real purpose.
You were
Don't
a
say
child.
that.
Yes. Maybe you were. So was I. But strange, it doesn't matter what we were or what was our purpose. The only thing that matters is what we do with ourselves going forward.
Mithrindane.
The city?
That's where I'm from.
Do you know how to find it?
A better question would be, do you want to?
Strange, it's crying. And even though I rolled pretty high with my deception, I don't think Strange will be able to hold it all in. The lives they lived, the pain they felt, all rushing in at once. I don't want to be Oswick. I want to be Strange. This isn't my home. None of it ever was. don't want it anymore.
For Strange, roll a charisma saving throw.
Oh no.
DC 25.
Oh, fuck.
$13.
Oh.
As the dark gift inside of you spurts up its voice once more. We would never hurt you. We will never leave you. You hurt. We hurt. Would you like the pain to go away once more?
Strange, hearing this, looks at the party. They're smiling. They're crying. They remember the first kind words that Farrell ever spoke to them. They remember their connection to Tarek and that pain and that weight and that drowning under all that weight. And Fiend, the audacity, the courageousness in their actions. And Rhaenyra, where the pain hurt the most. The pain that they felt, the pain that they tried to get away from. Strange knowing that they can't run from that pain forever, and understanding the lives they lived. All they ever did was run away. And now that they've found home, and home wasn't what it was supposed to be, and remembering the words they spoke with Rhaenyra about trying to find their home. No, Oswick. It's about time I stopped running away. It's about time we stopped running away. These are our friends, our family. It hurts. But because it hurts, it's a reminder that we're still human somewhere. We're not running away anymore. Because Oswick, now that we've seen everything, we understand the world can be a cruel place. But the world will continue to be cruel if we don't rise up and face it. I am not a tool. I am not a bargaining chip. I am not Oswick of the Fae Court. I am Sir Strange. of the Frostbreakers. I don't care who I was. I don't care about the lives I lived. This is who we are. This is who I am. I want to live. We want to live. Sure, we are feeling pain. But in this pain, and you know this, Osric, we get to be happy. Ooh, are you saying something, Kevin? You're
Happy.
Strange. Looks over to Amira. Obviously, this is something that's happening internally. Some people are worth hurting for. But what's more important, some people are worth living for. Let's help our friends. Let's get out of here. Let's do what we came here to accomplish.
As you kind of look around your surroundings, Sir Strange, and say that motivating speech, the enormous cobra in front of you. You said 3.
And so be it. Strange looks to the Frostbreakers. Hey. You are my family. Pulls a card.
And as you do, that ivory slab comes to you once more, and a heat radiates off the ivory slab almost instantly. Almost too hot to handle, say for you wearing a metal gauntlet. Starts to heat the hand inside. And as you look at it, as that lattice comes around the outside of the card, fire starts to protrude out of the surface and makes an image. Another sort of interwoven design in front of it with a ball with flame-like streaks coming out of it, forming a comet. Instantly you look at that card, and this burning sensation runs through you, not of pain, but of adrenaline, of boldness. And you see this orange radiant light kind of glow around you as the card leaps from, as the image from the card leaps from it and starts to join your body. You feel this renewed sense of urgency, of importance, of power, of duty, all of it. And you look up at the cobra as its eyes also start to burn orange. And all of a sudden, it just... huge fangs start to protrude from the mouth. You suddenly look at it, and you have no choice. You raise your sword, and you have this instinct to defend and fight. Those of you around you, this almost glittering orange hue off of Sir Strange's armor permeates off of it like a glittering dust and flows out to each one of you like a tendril. As it comes near you, you breathe in, and all of a sudden you too feel this immense power, this duty, this sense of urgency as you also look up at the massive spirit Naga looming over you. The Comet card. In normal sense, the character must single-handedly defeat the next hostile monster or monsters encountered. But this is including all of you. And should you succeed, you will attain your next level. And as you draw your blades, Mjolnir, your mace, twin swords, your staff, look upon the massive and intimidating starlit cobra amongst an ocean of blackness and galaxies swirling around you. It's there, everyone. We gotta end the stream.
Called it.
Ah, the comet. Yes.
Oh my god.
This is why I don't share what monsters I run on one shots, because then Kevin's like, Spirit Naga.
Holy fuck!
Spirit Naga.
There's fun.
Well, can we all give a round of applause to fucking Jade right now? Because that was amazing.
Oh,
That was so good.
shout out to the chat for being wonderful.
Chat, y'all
Like,
was great.
That was some heavy role play, and I want to thank the players as well for being polite and patient while we got through that. I was not ready for that reveal yet. But I had a lot of notes that I had to suddenly bring up and go through.
Pencil on break.
It was fucking flawless, though.
It was
Oh
so
yeah, Kevin, you did absolutely
All
amazing.
No,
All
it's
four of
fine.
us-
Whatever.
This is
Also-
why Kevin is an amazing DM, guys.
Yeah, I was
Came
gonna
up
say-
with that shit on the
Yeah.
spot.
Yeah, Jade's roleplay
Pretty
was
much.
amazing, but can we give a round of applause to our wonderful DM who's put
Oh,
the
absolutely.
campaign together? Like, oh my god.
Oh boy.
The chat was
Oh
sobbing.
boy.
Shout out to Jackie who was screaming and was like, what's Kevin's Venmo so I can have him take it back?
I'll pay
Chat
you
is
to take it.
wonderful. They were being wonderful, Kevin. I know you don't look at the Twitch chat, but a lot of
Oh,
them-
chat's been great today.
Chat's in
Oh, I know, Jackie.
Well, Jackie's in the chat, but
Jackie does awesome work on TikTok. I follow that.
Jackie is the wonderful Evelyn. But
Yeah.
a lot of them in the chat were saying that they prefer watching this over Critical Role.
Oh,
and-
fuck off.
So, like, just be aware. And they're also asking, that was improvising. Yes, that's why our break was so long. Kevin had to
Yes.
gather up his notes and improvise that entire scene.
Yes.
And it was flawless.
And just
See,
a reminder,
me
everyone,
too,
if
I
you
was
want to see us
comfortable.
live on stage September 16th at noon, it will also be live streamed on Gen Con's Twitch channel.
Yes, it will.
So if you're not able to attend live, you can
Honestly, same.
watch us on their Twitch channel, which we will be hosting as well for those that can't make it on the day. Jade, I hope I did you justice, my friend.
Oh my god, at Gen Con, Jade's gonna need a blanket and some corn.
I know.
Oh,
We'd have to bring
no.
supplies.
I kind of,
Oh, boy.
Jade gave me a ton of backstory that they had written for the character, and I used most of it and kind of twisted and turned a couple other things.
Goddamn, Prince of Frost. I'm gonna go back and clip the moment I watched all four of us just go, no.
Yeah.
Well, there was a reason when
I-
you guys fought him all that time ago where he was like, love is bitter and
No,
stupid
because
and
I
not
was
worth
sitting here,
it."
I was like, oh my god, that exact line. He literally said what he was like, no, love is useless. And all the stuff when the Frostbreakers originally fought him, I was like, holy shit, it all makes sense now.
My heart hurts.
I thought maybe he got dumped along the way,
Hurts.
but Jesus.
Ramirez
But
is
also-
over here like, do we hate this guy? Oh,
We hate this
the
guy.
Four of us. Yes.
Yes.
Who are we talking about? I'm joking.
But also, with Sir Strange failing that charisma saving throw, what does that mean? We're not too sure yet, but we'll find out
Excited.
next week,
Next time.
everybody. Tune on in to next Monday. Same bat time, same bat channel. If you want to look at all of the past sessions we've had here on Beyond the Realms, the YouTube channel Dicecream Sandwich has every single session from the first one shot we ever did to this current, well, I guess last week's episode. But yeah, guys, thank you, everyone. Cheers to that awesome role play. Thank you all in the chat for coming week after week. We appreciate you. We love you. Tune in
amazing
to the Dicecream Twitch or social channels, Instagram and TikTok for when I update on when things are coming up and fun bits of content from this campaign and story as well. You guys are awesome. I'm so happy that was a big reveal. Thank you all for being patient while we did that.
Yeah.
Hope you had fun witnessing that unraveling. And Jade, my friend, I hope I did you for real. I hope I did you justice because that was I was nervous.
Hey Kevin, this is the official me saying it. This is an alternate universe Sir Strange because the Sir Strange of the Rosewood would never be able to move on. But with your storytelling, fuck.
Thank you to our tech guy too for fixing
so thank you to Jody Rose.
Thank you, Jody Rose.
Thank you, Jody.
Producer, trigger him now, so I gotta say my thing.
Producer and co-creator of the channel will also be there in Gen Con. He is going to be our host, our Brian W. Foster of sorts.
Yay!
Announcing everyone on stage and helping on the tech side of things. So again, if anyone's watching this, you're coming to Gen Con. We would love to see you. We will be there all weekend. So follow along and all the posts that sure will come out of that union. But yeah, everyone, until then, stay safe, wash your hands, watch out for the Feywild, and see you next Monday. Bye-bye!
Bye! Have a wonderful time.